Hey, good evening. We're going to play a game of Extinction RPG, which is based on the second edition of Black Hack mechanics. This is basically a game. It is more of a sci-fi game with some horror and stuff put into it. But we will play it. This mission is called Shelter Me. It's the year 2346. You yourself are indebted to the Exodus Corporation, a mining and exploration company. They are sending you to the planet Valiant 74R to transport back the first shipment of a hopefully valuable ore to be used in mainly civilian type buildings and civilian equipment and stuff, is what you've been told. As you travel through and begin to make due to arrive and land on the planet itself, the sensors detect that there's some type of atmospheric storm going on with a lot of dust and sand and wind as you're arriving. And it seems like the communications themselves at the station called Shelter are down. You get no response from the station. As you enter the atmosphere of the planet, you've all been told that the air quality is usually good to very good. There's no reason for any type of suits or anything, but all of a sudden you started getting yellow and red indicators of toxic atmosphere and toxic air quality. Welcome to the mining town of Shelter on Valiant 74R. And Daniel, if you'll tell me about who you're playing and maybe tell me why are you indebted to that Exodus Corporation, for what reason?
So I will be playing Renee. She is a synthetic person. She's 4 years old. And while she claims innocence to it, because she would never violate her duty, she was wrapped up in a controversy where some kind of rebellious synthetics tried to get loose and start their own colony. So, of course, she wasn't part of that. No way. Why would she ever do that? But she got caught and is kind of having to do some time in a sense. She's kind of on probation. So she was loaned to this company as part of paying it off.
All right, sounds good. And Mike, we'll jump to next to you. If you can tell us about who you're going to be playing and maybe why you're indebted to this corporation right now.
I'm playing Damien Crank. Damien is the corporate drone. He's indebted to Exodus because, actually, he was a whistleblower at one point, and since they couldn't put him away, they shoved him into the far corner of the galaxy. So his promising career has gone up in smoke. And he basically just lives from one crap job to the next.
All right. And we'll jump next to you, Nikki, about who you're going to be playing and maybe why you're indebted to the Exodus Corporation.
Okay, I'm playing Miranda. She is a deck officer, and she is indebted to Exodus because her last ship was destroyed due to negligence. Not her negligence, of course, but she got caught up in the scandal and owes Exodus quite a bit of money for her part in this destroyed ship. So that is why she is here, and she is Miranda.
All right, perfect. Yang, who are you going to be playing and why is he or she indebted to the corporation?
Well, I'm going to be playing Ben Smith. Ben has led a life in academia at a university until his department was shut down after student enrollment went down. He needed to find a job, so he found the first place that offered him a job, which happens to be this corporation. So the way that he looks, you see a middle-aged man with a long face wearing a pair of glasses. Nothing stands out from the man, as he seems completely ordinary in all respects. He glances at his portable computer screen for a while and looks up to scan the area with a total blank expression.
All right, perfect. And Rush, who are you going to be playing? Why are they indebted?
So I'll be playing Corporate Jackson. I'll be playing Corporal Jackson, who is part of the, I guess, for lack of a better term, the Colonial Marine Corps. And Corporal Jackson used to be known as Sergeant Jackson, a young sergeant. He was leading an operation on some nameless rock way out on the frontier, and he going on the intel that he had been given. It turns out that it was pretty bad intel, and the results of the operation led to the death of quite a few. What was you said? It was Exodus Corporation.
Correct.
Exodus Corporation employees and their families who are on the rock. Recognizing that it was, of course, he was acting on bad intel, still punished for, I guess, not double checking or whatever. So rather than part of the lawsuit from Exodus into the Colonial Marines was that the Sergeant Jackson would be demoted to corporal and assigned to the Exodus Corporation as a security detail for the next 12 months. So he was basically he's loaned out whenever they're needed. So that's how he finds his way on this ship as they are coming in to take a look at this mining station.
All right, perfect. But yes, as your ship is approaching and going through the atmosphere, like I say, you've gotten no response from the communications center on the mining town of Shelter. You would know it's been fairly small from what you've been told. There's probably enough people there stationed. Of course, they have their own science department and geologists and things, but the workers themselves, there's just enough to keep a couple shifts going right now until they see. You've been told until they find out, what quality of mineral this is and if it's actually going to be able to be used for something. But your team is sent there to hopefully garner the first shipment of this and return it back to the main planet. But as you enter that atmosphere, the toxic readings come up on the scanner showing the air quality is toxic. And no one had said anything about having any kind of toxic atmosphere. Is it due to the storm? Is it due to something else? You have no idea. Like I say, you get no response from the mining town as you're coming into the planet's surface.
Renee kind of looks around, and she's been actually, since she doesn't have to sleep or anything, she's been knitting. That's kind of what she does in her time off. Hats for everybody. And then she holds one up and she says, I don't think this is going to be enough protection down here for you. You're going to need some kind of breathers.
Looks like it. Are these readings correct, Science Officer Smith?
Well, it looks like the science officer here is going to say that everything seems completely normal. The readings are optimal, and I don't believe there's anything wrong with what we're looking at here.
It's poisonous there. Perhaps I can help you with that.
Oh.
You have to actually refresh when you want to do a new test. That's the test from when we left.
Right. And then he clicks refresh. And
Make
he looks at it.
Intelligence check, Smith.
I am helping you, so you can have advantage.
You can.
I guess I'm going to look out.
I roll 4 and 7.
All right. What's your intelligence? You roll under?
Yeah, my intelligence is 13.
Yeah, you look at after you reset the instruments and look at them again, it says air quality good.
Yeah, like I was explaining before, the air quality seems optimal.
So where are we getting the, Jackson would speak up and say, so where are we getting the readings of a toxic atmosphere?
Well, my instruments were reading that the atmosphere is optimal condition for all of us before, and even after I refreshed it, everything seemed like it's completely normal. So I'm not exactly sure. Perhaps your instruments are malfunctioning. Don't you think so?
Well, I think it's still smart to wear some kind of protection.
Yes, always.
He just blinks.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just a bad sensor reading.
Yes,
true.
but if we are wrong on this, it could go very badly.
So
Well,
Jackson's going to immediately just go into the ship and start looking to see if we have any kind of making the assumption that we would have gear for that sort of thing, rebreather.
Yep, you do. There's standard equipment on the ship just in case of any toxic atmospheres there are.
Okay. I'm going to start getting a couple of masks ready.
were the readings just for like not breathable air, or was it like extreme heat or?
It showed those readings were for the not breathable air, but they would be toxic to the system, your system, and
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll get not the human system, right? Or mine too, because I don't actually breathe.
No, you don't breathe.
yep, it would just be the human system.
Yeah. So I mean, I can walk out there too. I don't need a suit. I can check it out. If we have like a small hand sensor or something, I can walk out there.
Yep, you would.
Yeah, I'll take that. And I'll say that. I'll say I could check it out. I'll go through the airlock. We landed, right? Sorry if I
Yeah, you could have went ahead and landed, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
it's no. They've got a big landing strip there.
Yeah. So I think once we land, I can walk out first while you guys are assembling that stuff. I don't mind.
I'll get my rifle ready because if they're not responding to radio, then as a Marine, I don't know what the hell's going on here. So before I just send one of the crew to just walk out, I want to get my rifle ready, and I'll just go out with you.
Is it normal to fire upon people who do not respond with the radio?
No, I'm not going to shoot them. I'm more worried about if the radios are out. Who knows what's going on here? They might shoot at you.
Well, there was a storm. Is it normal for you to shoot at people when they land?
I mean, okay, go ahead.
I'm just trying to learn.
Pull up on his shoulder.
No. As the person in charge of crew safety, I would say you need to take a gunman with you, Renee.
Okay.
I'm not going to shoot at things. I'm just protecting you.
The rest of us will get the rebreathers ready because we don't know what it's like out there unless you tell us differently.
Well, if you're uncertain about the quality of atmosphere, even though my sensor readings indicate that it's completely safe, maybe we should do a test. I would say let Renee walk out there with a fresh set of sensors, and she could spend about 5 minutes, return back to us, and let us determine whether if it is indeed safe to go out there.
No, I think Jackson can go out too. I mean, he's a third party here. I mean, his contract isn't directly with the company, so he's covered by his own liabilities.
So long as he's wearing his safety gear, I don't see anything wrong with it. What do you say, Jackson?
Well, I'm certainly glad I've got all your permissions. He shoulders his rifle and goes to the airlock.
As we start to walk away, she says, looks at Jackson. Renee looks at Jackson and she says, "Don't you need to have permission as a soldier to act? Is that how you were demoted? By acting without permission?"
No, I was acting on bad information.
Oh,
Big
just following orders.
Yeah, pretty much.
Speaking of bad information, Ben approaches you and gives you a bunch of these, atmospheric air sensors, Renee, and wishes you a good luck.
Thank you, Ben. She takes them.
Oh,
She
no
can-
problem.
I guess with Action Jackson.
I knew it. I knew it was coming at some point.
Yep, Jackson, you and Renee can go out. The first thing you notice is the storm in this area seems to have settled. It's moved on away from the actual mining station itself. There's quite a lot of dust and dirt built up, sand from that's been blown in. But you notice something else. You notice almost a stillness now, a quiet in the air. There seems to be no activity coming from inside any of the buildings there at shelter. No one comes out to greet you. Still no kind of communications at all. You go out on your readings. Everything shows the air quality is good.
These sensors seem to say air quality is good as well. But perhaps we should wait a few minutes. Do you want to approach the building and shoot somebody? She winks.
He's gonna just ignore her, and he's gonna grab the front of his where I guess the hose would connect, and he's just gonna kind of pull it away and give the air a sniff and see.
I will immediately slam it back down on your face. I can't let you be harmed.
Wow.
Okay.
Human life is too precious. You cannot test on yourself.
Who else are we gonna test it on?
Ben has a pet hamster.
Oh, wow.
He'll never notice. He hasn't fed it in a week.
Oh Lord, you are a strange little robot.
I'm not a robot. I'm a synthetic person.
I'm sorry. Yes. Do you prefer synthetic person or artificial person?
Well, I'm not artificial. I'm a real person.
Good point. All right. Go get the hamster.
Okay. She turns back around and goes in and gets the hamster.
As soon as she goes in, I'm gonna grab the thing and pull it away and sniff the air.
Yep, you remove the mask. The air is pretty breathable. I mean, you get a lot of the particles of dust and stuff, but yeah, I mean, the air is breathable as can be.
Miranda, I would never be one to second guess your judgment at all, but time is money and money is time, and we should just probably get going on this load then. Get this on and clear out of here.
Yes, as soon as Renee and Corporal Jackson tell us it's safe, no sense being fast and earning money if you're dead.
Well, I think the ore is probably more valuable than you are.
I
But
see Renee walk by with a hamster.
What are you doing, Renee?
We're testing the air quality.
don't you have something that Mr. Smith gave you?
Yes. Well, we used that already.
And
But,
it
did it
said
say?
what?
it said that the air was safe.
Oh, there you go. I think we can start loading.
Yeah, I agree. That's enough redundancy.
Well, it should be tests on a living being. Don't you think? The corporal does. He insists on killing something. I figured the hamster was the best thing. Better than himself.
Out of character, did you take the motion tracker or not?
I did.
Did okay. So I'm gonna leave and come back in and get them and ask you for the motion tracker, so I can go back outside.
Okay. Yeah, I would give it to you.
Okay. So I want to walk out and I come down off the ramp with the motion tracker. And once I get on the other side of Renee, I'm just gonna pull the mask off and then just start using the motion tracker to see if I can see anybody moving. If there's any movement at all other than us.
Yeah, you and Renee go back down. Renee, you take the hamster. The hamster is breathing air, is still alive, doesn't do anything to it. Jackson, you start the motion tracker. Nothing comes on it anywhere in the area, the radius of it working. I mean, nothing. It's just completely dead up around the buildings. There's no sign of activity, no heat sensors or nothing of anybody anywhere close outside the buildings, and still no contact from anyone.
So I'll radio that information back to Damien and Miranda and just say something's off here. I know you guys want to load up, but what is the corporate policy on something like this? Do you just load and go, or do you have an obligation to investigate?
Corporal, I don't
policy?
think we're paying you to think.
Yeah.
I know, that's why I'm asking. I'm not wanting to think, I'm asking you.
Yeah, right. And so why don't you go find somebody to help load?
Wow.
I turn around to the ship and I hold up the thing and I start shaking it, and I say, because there isn't anyone.
Renee kind of looks at you and says, you really should not have removed your mask until we were sure that the hamster was okay.
You are correct.
But Mr. Fuzzy is fine.
Yep.
So you may leave your mask off.
So I'm going to get my rifle in one hand, and can the closest building, am I able to tell what type of building that is?
Yeah, the closest building you would think would probably be the main building where the offices are, and probably the science labs and stuff. It's the main entrance building.
Nice.
When you look at it, or if you scan it or look closer, you see that when you go up there, there's all the doors you cannot see in the building. It's like probably got some type of solar deal to keep solar from coming in there. But you can see it's got like a keypad and a video system up there, like for visitors, that you would punch in a deal and let somebody know you're there.
Okay.
I'm going to walk up to it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll approach the door. I was going to ask Renee to come help if I needed, but she's
I'm with you.
Spunky little synth. So,
well, I got the hamster just in case.
So I want to go up to the keypad and just see if I can get someone to. I'm assuming there's like a call button or something.
Yep, there's a call button. Are the rest of y'all still on the ship right now, or what are y'all doing?
At this point, I think. Well, sorry. Go ahead, Jan.
Oh yeah, one of the doors to the lavatory opens up and Ben comes out, and he walks over to his room and says, "Mueller, Mueller, Mueller," and then he looks at his hamster's empty cage and says, "Oh," and he returns to the room where rest of his crew members are, and he says, "My hamster seems to be missing."
Renee has it. We'll get it back for you. Damien, Lace, we should go out and, since the air is fine, see what we can see.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. I'm going to have to kick somebody in the butt to get this going. I mean, what is it? Is it Union Day or something like that?
Corporal Jackson, Renee says, she has her walking towards the thing. I think that Damien is kind of a dick. And also, it doesn't seem to be your job to do this. You're awful nice to do it. Isn't it the corporate pukes, as you called him the other day, job to interact with these people? You are here for security.
Well, I mean, it is, but if things look normal here, then sure. But you come across a place like this where there's not a soul to be found. I mean, who knows what it could be? It could be pirates. It could be, it could be some illness that swept through. I mean, who knows what it is? Somebody may have gone crazy in there and killed her. You just don't know. So I figure he wants
Well,
somebody to help load. I'm going to go see if I can find somebody, and we'll load and do whatever, But just in case something's wrong in here, I should probably be there.
I see. Well, in all likelihood, it's probably the storm that came through and threw off our sensors
That's
and
what-
killed everybody. These
Oh.
things happen sometimes.
Well, that's kind of dark. I reached over,
Yes.
push the call button again.
You push the call button, and you hear the speaker, activate, and you look up at the little screen, and you see this guy come on screen.
Oh.
He's very gaunt looking and very white skinned. I mean, like he's sick or something. And he sees you, of course, first, Jackson, and he goes, "Well, Machine Gun Kelly, if you come from Miss Hot Pants, she fled long ago. She knew y'all were coming for her."
While I wouldn't mind meeting someone who earned the nickname of Hot Pants, no, we're here to pick up a load of ore, and that's pretty much it. And the corporate suit sent me to come find somebody to help load up. Or with the Exodus Corp.
He starts coughing. I mean, very bad. He just goes into this coughing fit. And when you see him take his hand away, you see spots of blood on his hand. And he goes, "Well, I'm the only one left here. I'm Delvin Gantler. I guess you call me the cook and the bottle washer and all that, but I'm very ill. I've got some type of terminal disease. But yeah, Hot Pants, if you're not looking for her, she took one of the corporate ships and left because, well, she took all the evidence with her too. But, yeah, well, it doesn't matter, I don't guess, if you're not here for that. But ain't nobody here but me now. The mining crews, they all went to the mine and they never come back."
I immediately look over at Renee and I say, "Yeah, this is the part where I don't think I should be here anymore. We need to have the science guy and the corporate puke. You want to
That
go?
makes sense.
You want to go get him? You want me to go get him?"
Well, I would like to talk to this gentleman.
Okay.
Sir, you are dying? What is wrong with you?
So I have to step away for 1 second while he talks to them. I'm going to step back away, and I'm
You
just
get
going
the crew? Yep,
Huh?
You're going to get the crew, right, Jackson? The rest of them?
Yeah, I'm just going to radio to Miranda and Damien and tell them what this guy just told me, and then I'm
All
just
right.
going to step off and let Renee do her thing.
Sounds good. He looks at you and he sees you and he goes, "Well, being human, we all die sometime. And I don't know if I was sick before I come here or got sick when I got here, but I don't have too much longer left. So I got something, but the doctors here, they all went to the mine. The mining crew asked for another crew to come down and they'd found something down there, and that was days ago, and no one's ever come back and no one answers, and I'm just staying in here eating and drinking and living out my last days on Exodus money."
Oh, I see. Did you visit the mine?
"No, it ain't my job. I'm just a cook."
Well, that is a sad tale. Would you like a hamster?
"No, I can't cook those."
No, to keep you company.
No. I mean, if y'all want to come in here, I mean, it's safe. The atmosphere is safe in here, but you do know, I mean, like I say, I thought y'all were here for Miss Hot Pants, the lead scientist that was here. She knew what was going on, but yeah, she left and took all of that evidence with her. But it's safe in here. But if you're going down to the mine, it's toxic.
She left the planet or she left to go to the mine?
Oh, she left the planet. She knew the
Oh.
corporation was coming to get her. She's got them right where she wants them by the golden, well, you know what.
Huh. Yes. She doesn't actually know.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, we would like to come in. The rest of the crew is going to come in a moment. I will stand here with my hamster. And then she stands there.
Well, all the readings I'm showing out there right now is I guess good, but it was kind of toxic earlier when that storm blew through. But yeah, the closer you get to the mine, the more toxic it gets. So
Oh.
I don't know, but you're more than welcome to all come in here. Let me unsecure the doors where you can. Give me just a minute. And he goes in this coughing fit again,
Mm.
and you see him disappear off the screen.
I'm going to click on my communicator and I'm going to call back to the ship and I'm going to say, you should bring some lozenges when you come.
I'm going to say we have left the ship at this point.
Oh,
Yep, y'all are
Okay.
leaving the ship, and you probably run into Corporal Jackson. Is coming back and radioed back to you and meeting you there to bring you up to the building.
Yep. So, Renee, what's the
Mhm.
story?
Well, there's a hot pant that left the planet, and the mine is toxic, and everybody's dead, we think. Well, we have to go to the mine to find out. So you should probably put on gear.
Hmm.
And we probably should put the hamster back. And she hands the hamster to Ben.
Oh, Mueller.
I
Thank
wonder
you.
if did he open the door for us? Or not yet?
About that time, as all of y'all gather there, you hear the clicking and unlocking of the door, and you hear a shoof as the door opens up.
All right, well, Renee will go in. She'll say to Ben, she'll say, I wonder if you could access their computer and look at the if they're tracking the weather on the planet. He seems the storm may have brought in the contaminations that we read for a moment.
Without a word, Ben just walks over to the computer consoles and start punching stuff in.
Yeah, and when you do that, Ben, another door opens into a hallway, and you see this gentleman walk out. He's very, very gaunt. I mean, you can tell he's very sick and ill looking, very white, pale. And he goes, "Oh, are you one of those scientists too?"
Yes, my name is Ben Smith. Good to see you. What happened to you?
Well, I'm terminally ill, but you don't have the look that Miss Hot Pants likes, so you probably never got in her pants, I don't imagine. Did you know her? The lead scientist here, Laura Graydown?
Uh,
Make
no.
intelligence check, Ben, real quick.
Let's see. I got 7 under 13.
You actually, when he says the name, it actually says her name instead of keep calling her Miss Hot Pants. When you hear the name Laura Graydown, you would know she was a very well liked and very educated scientist, and that she was actually sent here as the lead scientist to go into the mine and make sure the production was done right.
Did you say Dr. Graydown?
Yeah, did you know her?
Yeah, I remember her name. She was a good scientist.
Well, I guess she is. All I know is that she knew it was fixing that everything was going to get discovered here, what was really going on. So she took all the evidence she could and left with her little boyfriend that she had. Well, she had a lot of boyfriends, but she left with the main one. They took one of the corporation ships a few days ago, and I don't know where they are. That's what I figured y'all were here to escort her back.
She never talked to me all that much, not unless it was about work. Um, Maybe you could tell us a little bit more about what happened down here.
Y'all really don't know then. I mean, y'all really, I mean, I see your puzzled look there, but y'all really don't know what they were doing here? I mean,
No, we don't. Why don't you tell us?
Mining. Thought you were
well,
mining.
yeah, they're mining all right, but I mean, what does it hurt? I'm going to die in a few days anyway, so I'll tell you what happened. They're mining stuff to use for Well, and he looks at you again, Jackson. He goes, people like you, the military, they were going to militarize weapons with this ore that they're mining. It ain't got nothing to do with serving the public.
Hmm.
So is it like a chemical, or is that what just makes this gas? Or
I don't know that. I'm just a cook. But all I know is it was all coming out, and when it was going to, everybody going to be exposed at the corporation, that's when everything went down. And then I don't know what's going on at the mine because the crew called and said they'd found something that they needed some help with. And the second crew went down there and no one ever come back. And I tried to radio them and all I got was static.
so
And
you
there's been
know,
like a toxic readings coming from that mine too. Every time you see it on the scanners here, and it's toxic.
I wonder if the ore. I look at the others and I say, I wonder if it's the ore they were weaponizing, or if they found something else, and that's what they were going to weaponize.
I don't know. Isn't it just like the company to do something like this, though? Leave someone else
Yeah.
holding the bag for their mistakes.
Yep. Renee, I thought you said that everyone was dead.
Mine. Didn't you just hear what he said? Or were you too busy talking into your ass? Oh,
You
The- the
reported that everyone was dead. Why is he standing here talking to us then?
What did I look
that
at?
is not what I said.
Yeah, I don't.
What I said was that he said everybody at the mine was probably dead.
Ah,
Let me fill out a form in triplicate and give it to you. He's
You
testing
see
on her new
Delvin.
sarcasm programming.
You see Delvin, he looks at towards Damien, and he goes, well, I'm going to be dead pretty soon, partner. It's probably not much longer.
yeah. So, what are you sick with?
I don't know. I think I had it before I come to the planet. It's just, it's probably some type of cancer, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Okie doke. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, at least I didn't go to the mine, and well, I don't know what's going on down there, but none of them's come back. It don't sound too good to me.
So, do you know, is there any ore here in storage at this facility, or is all the ore down at the mine?
They were keeping it all down at the storage units at the mine until y'all, we knew y'all were coming, or there were some people coming to get it, but I figured y'all were coming actually to get Miss Hot Pants. But it's all down at the storage sheds at the mine, as far as I know.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about there. So, okay, Renee, you should run a diagnostic because I don't think you're acting appropriately.
A diagnostic on the facility?
Yourself. Yourself.
Oh, sure. Go ahead and put in a request for that online, and eventually it will happen. She turns to Miranda and she says, I feel like I would like to have hot pants.
No, they actually might not look bad on you.
Ben looks at that gaunt character and he says, could you tell me where Dr. Laura's consoles are?
Oh, well, she destroyed all information on the computers here that had anything with her name on it, and she made copies of everything she put on her tablet and took every bit of things with her. You probably won't even find her favorite cookie recipe anymore.
Yeah, but where was her workstation?
Oh, well, I can take you to her office now. That's come on. And he
Okay.
starts leading you down a hallway.
I'm filling out the request for a self-diagnosis on Renee. And
He's
I'm
still-
pushing it through. I'm making it a high priority. And execute.
But yeah, y'all follow down the hallway. He comes into area of offices and stuff. He takes a card and he shows up and he goes, "Well, being the only one left here, somebody's got to have a MasterCard and everything." And he slides the card through and you hear the door slish open. He says, "This was her office."
Okay.
Yeah, Ben walks in there and he looks around for any computer consoles or laptops or any her locker or anything that he may search around.
Yep, you go in, Ben. You see no type of computers that are hooked up. The desk is completely devoid of anything. There's no pens, no pencils, no tablets, no papers, anything. I mean, it is like this office is completely bare now.
Are there any panels on the wall that look like somebody might have put something behind them or something like that?
Make an intelligence check. It'll be a disadvantage, though.
Okay. Intelligence. Nope, one over. Disadvantage.
Yep, Miranda, you look pretty closely. You don't find anything that appears to be any type of hidden panel or compartment they would have had stuff hid.
Okay.
Did Ben try the same thing?
Sure, disadvantage intelligence.
Ooh, 3 and 20. So he has no idea.
You'd probably look over to see if Renee could help out, but she's like standing there with her eyes just staring straight at the wall. And if you look closely in her eyes, you can see that there's like binary code going by as there's a diagnostic being run.
Are
She's
there
using
any
the log
apparatus?
program?
She's basically
apparatus there.
Oh, say again, Yang, you were cut off. Or
Are there any scientific apparatus?
nope, nothing. I mean, it looks like you just walked into a brand new office and no one's ever been at. I mean, everything has been completely taken or removed or gone.
Oh man.
I'm gonna hack into the computer database. Because I have corporate backdoor. Can I find where she has removed stuff? As far as where the data is and what systems that she's affected?
Yeah, you're going to do that. So roll your adrenaline die, since
Okay,
that's part of your talent.
that's a 3.
Nope, you don't downgrade then. It's fine. Yeah, make advantage intelligence as you're going into the main corporate computer.
Yeah, made that by 8.
Yeah, you find traces of her name mentioned on documents from other scientists and other employees and stuff here, but you find nothing that actually links to any reports or anything that are initiated by her, by Laura Graydown.
So she did do a good job of scrubbing up after
Oh
herself.
yeah, you can tell that she knew what she was doing, or you keep hearing this mention of this boyfriend that left with her. Maybe he had some technology of that.
What was his boyfriend?
Well, he was kind of like
Does it ever
You-
mention him by name?
like your Marine there. He was one of those soldier boys, but he was pretty smart too. He knew a lot about computers. And, well, everybody called him John, but I don't think that was his real name. But he was one of those, well, he was one of those guys that was probably about 40 something, but, real buff and tough and acted like he was 20 again.
When you said that you were expecting people to come to get her, were you expecting Marines or were you expecting company men?
Well, I figured it would definitely be company men armed with some type of security force, and that's when I saw you standing there. I figured that you was it.
And what was your
Right.
job again, Delvin?
Well, I run the kitchen here.
That's
Or
right.
did.
You're the cook.
Yep. I can make you a mean, I don't know, whatever you want, flapjacks, whatever you want, I'll make it.
That's right.
I'm going to type in an order for internal investigation into this incident.
Yep, you can do that. You can send it back.
I'm glad that diagnostic worked for you, Renee.
Yes, the diagnostic is good to use at least once a month. It's unfortunate that I was not updated on a regular basis, as is corporate policy. This has been corrected.
Yes. And why did you fail to update?
Well, I did not fail to update.
Okay. I'll just add this to my incident report.
You should do that. Incident reports are definitely good to have. Please be sure to CC me.
You see Miranda looks disappointed.
After being silent for a while, Ben Smith begins to talk, and he looks down to his laptop and he says, well, the current situation indicates that there are qualities in tinfoil 9Z that warrants extensive tests regarding its effect on human biology. I have a hypothesis that the ore's effect may be the cause behind the cook's health deterioration. Furthermore, I recommend that it would be prudent to put on our environmental hazard suits and investigate further and gather more data.
Okay. So
I think we should get that approved from corporate first. Can you
yeah,
send that out forward?
I was thinking the same thing. Why don't we get our suits on and then we'll go pick up our ore. And then once I get this incident report filed, they can send someone to investigate.
Well, I believe the ore is in the mine. And as we cannot approach the mine without proper protocols, we should wait until Ben's report goes through.
No, I think we can go
Will
in
you
with
sign
our
off on that officially?
environments.
I'm sending you the form right now to your tablet. Please be sure to CC the entire crew as well as our supervisor back on planet.
Okay, let me read this.
Let's put our environmental suits on. If another
Yeah,
storm,
I'm still
we-
reading this legal
stuck.
form.
Y'all
Oh,
can
Damien.
use one of the rovers to go down to the mine. It's probably about, I don't know, it'll take you 10 minutes to get there across the surface of the planet. But yeah, if you're going down there, I would make sure you wear everything because it's toxic. All the readings are toxic coming from the mine.
We have an extra suit, Delvin.
No,
Because Renee does not need one. You should come with us.
I'm not going down there, darling. I'm on my last few days here.
Miranda, corporate requires me to wear a suit even though I am not in need of one. It is part of their blanket insurance policy.
Ah. Well, then I suppose you'd better, Renee.
Yes. Also, I cannot allow this man to go to the mine. It would be too dangerous for his health. He needs some lozenges. And she's going to go back to the ship for some lozenges.
All right.
And also a suit. Because she doesn't have one.
Huh.
I'm ticking all the boxes and just signing my name.
Hmm.
All right. Well, I suppose we have to wait for Renee to get back.
Or we could get all our suits and just drive down there and get the ore.
Oh, do you guys not have your suits on?
We got the rebreathers on. I didn't think we put on full environmental suits.
Oh, okay. Then I would wait. Then I wouldn't leave with that. I thought everybody had suits. That's why I was going back by myself. She'll wait
Yeah,
at the door
but
until everybody follows.
it's your call, Captain.
Ben looks at her and says, I would like to suggest that I assist through the communicator back at the ship. My presence in the field would only jeopardize the crew.
Yeah.
You recommend full environmental suits, Ben?
That I do, considering that we have multiple unknowns. I believe that would be the safest way.
All right, well, if we don't have those, if we just had the rebreathers, yeah, we'd all have to go back to the ship and get them. Isn't that what corporate would want us to do, Damien,
Sure.
for their insurance policy?
Yeah. Well, I already signed off on the waivers. So if we just want to go, we can go.
You've got a possible weapon down there too. So it's not really a question of a corporate insurance policy as much as it is.
Yeah, what kind of conspiracy theory are you spinning? What do you mean a possible weapon?
He points over at the guy and he said he literally just said they were trying to weaponize either the ore or something else down in the mine.
Yep.
I was reading at the time. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I understand.
Yeah.
And then Jackson would just lean over to Miranda. He says, you know that, corporate mumbo jumbo aside, you're the captain of the ship. In time of crisis, you have the final say on everything.
Yes, and I said we're getting our environmental suits.
Me, I don't care because I don't answer to anybody except you. So I go back and get the assistant.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, so we all go back to the ship.
Yep. And dress up.
Nice.
Yep, you can go get your suits and whatever gear you want to take. You can, if you needed gear, Delvin would tell you can take any of the station's gear, whatever you needed. Evidently nobody else is going to use it. And he tells you that he's going to wait to make sure you come back first before he cooks up some big meal, because he's not going to cook a big meal and no one there to eat it.
That makes a lot of sense.
You said you had a terminal illness that you think you had before you came here. I mean, if I'm not being too forward, is it cancer or? I mean, can you not get treatment?
Well, I guess I could. I just, what's the use of prolonging something that's going to get you one day or the next?
Just saying, man, if the doctors can tack on another 15, why the hell not? We could always use a cook on board the ship. Damien can't cook for anything.
Well,
No, that's
maybe-
okay. I think we'll just keep you isolated here, Delvin.
Well, yeah, I'm staying here. If you come back, I'll let you in.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I think we should shut this down as a biohazard.
Ben agrees. He nods. And could I use the science ability to find out whether if it's possible to get the communicator signal from the ship to the people in the mine, or when the team's away in the mine, whether if the communicator would work?
You're wanting to say that again. You're wanting to communicate from y'all's ship to someone in the mine. Try to reach somebody in the mine now, or
Yeah, if the team heads off to the mines, Ben wants to stay back because he's a chicken, right? And he wants to stay back safely back at the ship and basically assist them, through the communicator. But he has to, realize that the signal would actually go through all the way down to the mine. And
make intelligence check as you're doing. Maybe looking at some stuff there. Make just a regular intelligence check for me.
okay, is it a science subject?
No, I'm going to say no.
Okay. Ooh, 17. He fails.
Yeah, I mean, you're not that familiar with this planet. This is the first time you've ever been to this planet, so you have no idea about radio waves or communications, if it's going to fade out once you get in underground or in that area, or maybe whenever one of those storms comes up, it may knock out communications. You have no idea.
Yeah. He relays that information and says, I retract that earlier suggestion. Maybe I should go there in person with you, with all of you.
Either that, or as long as they got power, Professor, they ought to have repeaters that go down in the mine. But however you want to do it.
Well, I don't carry any weapons, so I'll rely on you,
There you
Corporal
go.
Jackson.
I hand him the motion tracker. Pat him on the shoulder and say, "Make stuff useful. You see anything beeping in front of us? You let me know."
He gulps and he swallows hard, and his knees start to buckle. And says,
It's like playing a video game. That's it.
and he looks at you, Corporal, and says, "You think it will be safe down there? Yes."
I mean, if they're all dead.
Well, you seem awful quick to want to shoot people as well, Ben. Is this a common thing amongst
I'm not
people?
sure where you get that from. I just want to have, if we see people moving, yeah, I'm cautious. I'm not a murder hobo.
Well, Ben also mentioned wanting a gun or not having a gun, being useless. I don't have a gun. I'm not useless.
I would give you a gun before I gave the professor a gun.
I am capable with a gun, but I feel that it's probably not necessary.
Probably not. But if you want one, I'll give you one. Do you want one?
I'll be happy with a motion tracker.
Yes. I will have a gun.
I'll hand Renee a pistol.
Okay. Can I also have bullets?
It's already loaded. I don't carry around unloaded weapons.
Oh, you leave a loaded weapon in a spacecraft?
Hmm.
That's a violation of policy
Pulled it out.
6372. I'm going to have to report that, unfortunately.
He pulled it out of his holster. He's a Marine. He's got guns and knives and sharp sticks. And Nick, you got it. Here, just take mine.
Okay, she'll take it. She has a gun now.
Just don't shoot me. Oh, that's right. You can't.
Well, that's true. I can't kill you.
Actually, you can't allow me to be harmed.
I know. I know that. You know that, but she
That
says.
is reminding you. Just remember that. No harm.
Yes, she'll do no harm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, the longer we stand here around talking, the more this seems like a bad idea. So let's just go do this.
It's
Yep.
a good idea, Captain.
Yeah, do we know how deep the mine is?
Really the gift.
I just want you all to know that I'm going to be recording all this. Not because you guys are doing anything wrong. I just want to make sure that we have an accurate record of everything that's going on.
Of course.
Of course, Mr. Crank.
Do we know how deep the mine is?
Are we back at the ship right now, or are we?
No, we're on the ship because we're loading up our gear.
Awesome. Yeah, Ben puts his hamster back where it belongs.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
Yeah,
You're not
Corporal
wanting
Jackson,
to-
that's a good question. Do we have any kind of seismographic tools or anything on the ship that could tell us how deep the mine is? Tony?
Yeah, and Delvin, if you use some there at the shelter itself and would have looked, you can tell that they have went pretty deep. I mean, it's very deep in a short period of time that they've went into. And in fact, he would tell you when they called for the other crew to come out, but they had found something that was at the deepest part that they got centered in.
So,
Could Ben download the map onto his portable computer?
Oh yeah, you could do that.
Awesome.
so Jackson's going to assume that he's going to look around to see if they have any of those like Because I know, like in West Virginia coal mines, they got those low riding, almost like a mule that about 5, 6 people can sit in for going down into the mines. Because sometimes, I don't know if you've ever been in a West Virginia coal mine, but sometimes it's only about 3.5, 4 feet from floor to ceiling. But it's like a little thing that you can drive down in there because they go pretty deep. Do they have any of those?
You would know once you got to the mine. He would tell you that the machines that they use to get down there were very large and make a very high width, and that there were actually little hover vehicles that they use when the miners get there to go down into it, just hover off the ground a few inches, and that there should be some of them there.
Oh, excellent.
All right, let's do this.
Yep.
Time
Yep.
is money.
Says the
And-
corporate man.
Ben turns on the motion tracker. Beep.
I look at Miranda or Renee, and I say, "Do either one of you two mind driving?"
Oh, I
I'll
can
drive.
drive.
Well, please.
Yep,
Would you
Miranda,
drive,
y'all take one of the transport vehicles there from the station, from shelter, and it's about 10 minutes to get to the mine. When you get there, it's you can see the sky is back further away from the mine. You can see it's reddish orange, and appears that maybe another storm is brewing way back there someplace. But the first thing you notice you see the large storage shed out there that is closed and secured. You see a couple of more of those transport vehicles parked outside the mine. You see the actual type of lighting or whatever they use. That it's actual, there's lighting going into the mine. You can see from into the entrance there. There's no one around. You don't see anyone around. The dust is blown onto these transport vehicles from that storm earlier. So, I mean, you can tell these vehicles probably been sitting there for some time.
All right. Everybody ready?
Of course. I hop in the shotgun seat.
Ben nods and he starts whistling Take Me Home Country Roads.
Well, this shed's right by the mine, right? Should we go in the shed first before we go down?
Yes. There might be tools or clues of some kind.
Flashlights. Anybody else have a flashlight besides me?
I
Well, I can
got
see in
one.
the dark.
I have one.
He like does a snap and double guns at Renee.
When you get to the storage shed, you see it has some type of security keypad and lock type system on it that probably it would take a supervisor or someone that would have a priority access to get in here. It seems to be pretty locked and secured at this point.
I'll try cutting in.
Have you got anything in your class that will do that? I mean, like anything special or talent or anything?
Corporate back door.
Yeah, try that. Roll adrenaline first, though.
It's a 5.
Nope, that's fine. All right, roll advantage on intelligence.
Made it by 12.
Ooh.
Damn.
You pull out one of those little all access cards that maybe no one else knows about that you have and gain access to it.
I'll just open this a second. Yeah, I'll slide it through.
And it does. It click, 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 and opens right up. Turns the light, turns green. The door pops open.
Well,
Good to know you're worth something.
prizes.
Wow. Now, Miranda, I thought we had a better working environment than this.
Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
I believe that Miranda was making a jest.
I didn't hear what she said.
Ben
If
speaks
you
over the
were
comm.
offended by it, though, we could make a formal report now. If you'd like. I
No,
have this.
that's fine, Renee. I think we're just going to take your legal thing offline.
Okay.
Just that legal database, just forget about that right now.
Okay. Let me reset this here. You see her go blank again.
Compress that whole folder, zip it.
Damien, when you step in to the large warehouse, there's sensors that all of a sudden there's some lighting, very minimal lighting starts coming on, and maybe you would think eventually they'll get up to their peak, but they've sensed, movement there. So as you step in, the lighting starts coming on in various places. You see large type of storage containers that are stacked up in various places.
We're all in environmental suits, right?
Yes,
Okay.
we should be.
Also, when he mentions the word movement, Young, your character has the
Yeah, he's had that motion tracker on.
here's the thing. It's got a usage die.
Oh.
Now, I'm assuming that probably has to do with battery. So I don't know how Tony wants to play that. If it's like every 30 minutes or every time we use it, or how do you want to do that, Tony?
Is it got it's UD6, I think? Is
Yes.
that right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
No.
Ben, it is 6, UD6.
I'm sorry. Yes, you're correct. It's 6. I was misreading something.
Let's see. Here we go.
Yeah, roll that, Ben.
Man. 1.
All right, it degrades down to D4 then.
Okay.
You look at it, Ben, and for a minute it's kind of, you see what you would think is there are a couple of sensors of heat coming inside that warehouse for just a moment. You look down and you see that, and the thing kind of goes on the fritz for a moment. Then you look back at it and it's clear again.
I saw some movement here, but it could be nothing.
Could be the batteries. You might want to you probably need to step this up.
Well, you
Yeah,
probably
I
should
wouldn't
be
have
left
it
to
on
run.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave it on the whole time, Ben. I would just.
Yeah, go ahead and
It's
turn it
probably
off.
picking up us as well. So.
Go ahead and turn it off, Professor. We'll worry about it when we get deeper in the mine when it counts.
Yeah, you should probably take the lead, Ben, if you got the motion
Well,
tracker.
It's not uncommon for very intelligent men to be absent-minded.
Yeah,
He also
turns
doesn't
it
feed
off.
his hamster very often.
He turns it off and says, I think Jackson should lead the way.
Into the shed. It's not dark in there, right? We can see in the shed.
It's very dim light right now. You would think, though, probably the lighting system is one of those that eventually, it gets brighter and brighter. It's set on some type of timer type deal, but it's very dim light in there.
I switched to the night vision, the green vision that I'm sure I have because I'm cyborg or whatever I am. Do I see any monsters going to attack us?
I tell you what, make a intelligence check, just normal.
Sure.
Unless you have something, that would give you a talent.
I have got no talents. That is a 10 exactly, and I think that my intelligence is 10. So I failed because you got to go under it.
Yep, got to be under. So yeah.
So I failed.
Yeah. I mean, you're when you switch over, you don't get any type of heat signatures or anything.
All right. I look in there yesterday. I don't see anything in here. But it would have been hard to access as well without a card, so probably have to go deeper into the mine. We don't need tools here, right? Oh, we want one of those hover sleds. Would they be in here?
You don't see any in here. Like I say, pretty much all you see in here, you see a couple of offices on one side, but most of it is just a large open area of all these huge storage containers that are sealed up.
How large is this place?
It's a pretty big building. I would say, we'll say a good, it's 80 foot wide, maybe well over 100 foot in length.
Okay. Ben's going to take out his binocular with night vision, and he's going to look down the hall, lengthwise, to scan the area.
Yeah, make a, just do intelligence. Unless you have something that gives you advantage, just be regular.
6 under 13.
You do that, and you see a couple of signatures that come up kind of like on the deal a minute ago. You see them come up about 40 feet from you, and then they just kind of dissipate again. You see it for just that quick.
I saw it before, and I say it again. Seems like there is something going on here.
What did you see?
I just caught a glimpse of some movement up ahead.
And he points ahead.
So
What kind of movement? Humanoid?
You actually could tell that they appeared to be almost in humanoid shape.
Yeah, he relays that information.
I'm going to take my flashlight and either if I'm allowed to be able to just attach it with a rail system or tape it to the front of my rifle real quick. And I'll walk where toward where the movement was.
Can I ask a question before we go into
Flashlight
this?
on yet though.
Just because maybe I'm not quite understanding. This was just a regular door, right?
Yeah, the door you come in is just a regular door. I mean, it's got huge warehouse doors too, of course.
Oh,
yeah,
it
the
does.
one you
Okay. Yeah, because I'm wondering. I say before we go in there, I'm going to say perhaps these containers are what we need to be bringing back to the ship.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that, and I'm gonna go see what that is moving over there.
All right, Jackson, you're headed that way to where Smith told you that he sensed something. Anybody going with Jackson or?
Yeah, I'll go with them because I have to assist.
Ben's gonna approach the door that he came in through, and then he's gonna exit the door and then basically peer into the chamber with his binoculars, night vision binoculars, keeping his eye on the team.
Yeah, like I say, I mean, there's dim light in here, and you can see the lighting is starting to actually, get somewhat brighter. I mean, like I say, it's probably on some type of timing system. Once it's activated, to continue to get brighter. Jackson, you and Renee move up out the way. What are the other two doing?
I think we're going to check the containers.
Yeah.
All right, you move to where one of the containers are.
I'm also looking for a power loader.
All right. We'll start with Jackson and Renee as y'all get over there. Jackson, you probably would hear it first since maybe you're just a little bit ahead of Renee. You kind of hear and as you turn and look, you see these two figures that were once definitely human that are just covered in it's almost like a spidery web material that they're covered in. And they've just lost all form and shape of their faces and features and stuff. And they're both moving towards you. So, Jackson, you will have to make a nerve test for fear.
Okay. Rolling under it, right?
Yep, need to roll under the nerve.
I got a 6 under 13.
All right. It does not make you run away then. Now, both of y'all need to test nerve to see if you get to go before they do for initiative.
Oh, okay.
Is it nerve? So that for that?
Yep,
Or is
for
it dexterity?
initiative. Yeah, it's nerve for initiative.
So would I just use my duty then?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay.
I got 10 under 13 for that one.
I rolled a 1.
Oh,
Same as-
man.
One first.
I'm going first, but yeah. I mean, would these be considered people?
I'm thinking no. They really don't look like people to me at all.
Tony, Ben is witnessing these creatures approaching Jackson. Could I use spot weakness talent?
I'm going to say that you actually do not. I mean, you're not close enough to visibly see them. You may could sense them on your sensor, but
No. I mean, he's got the binoculars that he's using to look at him.
make me intelligence check.
Okay. Ooh, 15. So he doesn't make it.
They're not showing up on your binoculars for some reason.
Oh, wow.
I go, Renee, kill it.
Well, okay, so I did check, and I can harm people. It just says kill. I can't kill people. But would I? Do you think that would consider as a human, Tony? So I have to roll against my
I'm
duty?
going to say, let me read that real quick.
Because it says human beings, so I don't know how you.
Humanoid.
They kind of look like people.
I think they're done being humans.
Well, you think that, but I'm
That's Rush to Daniel, not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on how you define human.
right. I mean, if I think they were once human and they could be saved, and the programming might not allow me to do it. I mean, I could still try. I would just have to roll my duty, which is going to be hard since it's 17.
Where are you reading that? Isn't it on 26 with the synthetic or?
Yeah, it's on 26. It says it's the second paragraph on the synthetic. Their programming is defined by you.
Okay, I see it now. I was reading the wrong area. Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that your programming would definitely know that maybe for just so you hesitate for a second, but then it kicks in and tells you that whatever human this was, maybe at some point that it's definitely not human anymore.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, I'll shoot it.
All right.
Yeah, because I'm trying to
y'all,
protect.
y'all both passed, so y'all can do whatever you want to on them.
All right.
Roll under your dexterity, correct?
Yep, you're making a ranged attack. Yep, be a dex test.
I'm particularly good at that, but we'll see. Man, I need to repaint these dice. Oh, okay, that's 6. That's probably a success. Let's see.
So I'm probably going to freak out, so I'm going to go full auto.
Yep.
On that guy.
I hit.
So I can attack 3 different targets or
Holy crap.
1 target 3 times.
Oh man. Well, I mean, since I got a 1, am I technically shooting before you?
I would imagine so.
Well, because I don't know how Tony wants to judge that, but if I kill this one,
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's however y'all want to do it. Yeah, sure.
Well, that way, if I do happen to kill it, maybe you'd be smart enough to put all 3 shots in the other one.
In black,
I don't know if I will or not. I did hit it with a 6, and I
All
rolled
right, roll some damage.
a D8 is my damage die with a weapon. Oh, I don't. I killed it. I only rolled 3.
Yeah, you shoot into it, but it's still, and you just see like white milky liquid stuff running out of it. It's still walking towards you.
oh god.
So we hear at this point we hear the
Yeah,
shot.
y'all would hear that shot, and then
Yeah.
you're fixing to hear probably a bunch of shots from Jackson.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask for your judgment on this. So it says I can shoot 1 target 3 times or 3 targets 1 time. Can I go 2 and 1?
Yeah, that'll be fine. I could shoot one of them twice, another one once. Yeah.
So I'm going to put 2 in mine and 1 in the one Renee shot. So first one is 12 under a 13. Second shot is a 5 under a 13. And then the one that Renee shot is a 3 under a 13.
All right, roll some damage on all the shots. We'll roll the first the 2 on yours.
These dice are still behaving like they were last night. Hold on, sorry. Assault rifle, that's a D8 damage. Okay. So that's 12 on mine, and I only got 1 on Daniel's.
All right, yours goes down. You cut yours in pieces as all this old white milky liquid stuff starts spurting out of it. You shoot the other one. It's approaching towards Renee. It stumbles, but it keeps walking towards Renee. So it is going to, both of y'all took your actions. It is going to move up to you, Renee, and try to, looks like it's reaching its arms to try to grab around you. So make a strength test for me.
Oh god, there's so many arms. Oh no, I rolled a 15, which is definitely above my
Oh
strength.
no.
Yep.
You, as it grabs you, you see something come out of its mouth, almost like a needle-looking deal comes out of its mouth and penetrates into your neck. And you know at this point you're completely paralyzed and cannot move or do anything.
Uh-oh.
The rest of you all hear a bunch of shots going off, a good 40 or 50 feet in where you know Jackson and Renee went to at this point.
Yeah, Miranda would run over there.
All right, you're headed that way, Miranda.
Yep.
What about Damien?
I'm going to stand and wait.
Perfect. That's what a corporate man should do.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what's really going on here.
Ben moves into the room, but he stands behind Damien.
All right.
Could he?
You're headed that.
could he see what's happening or the creatures?
No,
at
from where
least?
you're at, kind of, they went around a corner of these containers, because I mean they're huge containers, so you can't see the whole area where they went. They kind of went around a corner of this container, but you definitely know the area it come from. But no, you can't see anything.
Yeah,
from where
over the
you're at.
comm, you hear Ben asking, "What's going on there, Renee? Renee, Jackson, Jackson."
Not now.
Yeah, Miranda, you're headed that way. We are
Yep.
back to Jackson and Renee. Renee, you feel y'all are completely paralyzed. Renee, you could feel that completely paralyzed. You can't do anything as you feel this substance going into your body.
Okay.
Are we doing initiative each round?
No, we'll keep the same. Y'all want both wands, so y'all get to go.
Are there any rules for shooting into? He's probably got her right at the neck, though, right?
Yeah.
That's probably a bad.
I'm going to say, I mean, if you rolled a nat 20 and critically failed, you would probably hit Renee, yeah.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just, like, the gun's in a sling. I'm just going to drop it, and I'm just going to throw the hardest punch I can possibly throw right at his temple. And see if I can just cave his skull
You're
in.
literally carrying a club.
Well, does that count as unarmed?
If you're going to club him with your rifle, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the same damage.
Oh, is it?
So 10 under 12 for, is it strength for?
Yep, it'd be strength test.
So 10 under 12 for 6 points of damage.
Holy crap.
Well, you tell me how you club it and knock it completely off Renee at this point.
So yeah, as he gets a hold of Renee, I'm just going to drop my gun, and I'm just going to be like, motherfucker. I'm just going to be like, boom, and just drive my fist right where it's like biting into her. I'm just going to go right into the temple with my fist, and you just hear the skull go and crunch, and hopefully it'll just turn her loose and drop her. And I'll try and catch Renee to keep her.
Yep, you catch Renee and you see the pinhole that is this milky white stuff running out of Renee. Renee, make me a contest.
I grab her by the feet, and I'm like, stay awake, kid.
11. My con is 10. Failed.
All right, nothing happens right now. You feel that some of this stuff go into your body, even being who you are. You felt it go in, but Jackson gets it off of you and finishes it off.
Am I still paralyzed?
Nope, you are not. As it goes off of you and the needle proboscis type thing that it was on it come out of its mouth into you, it's all off of you, and you start gaining your mobility again.
Okay. Yeah, so she looks at Jackson and she says, I guess it's good that you have that gun.
Well, you shot it too. You helped. That's weird, though. Whatever that thing injected into you affected your systems. You're not. I mean, you're a synthetic person. That's kind of scary. And he
If you
like
cut us, we still bleed.
I know, but it's. I mean, you're intelligent. You know that your systems and my systems are completely different. But anyway, and he takes his sleeve and he's like trying to wipe the spot where it got her off. All that stuff.
Yeah, and about that time, Miranda, you run around the corner and see them standing there at these two bodies laying out in front of them also.
Okay, yeah, I'll run up and I'll go, what the hell are those things? What happened?
Well, we came around the corner and these two things just come running at us, and one of them stuck Renee in the neck and injected her with some white fluid, and it actually made her synthetic systems lock up. So I think we found the weaponized the result of the weaponization of whatever Dr. Hot Pants was doing.
Yes, looks like it. So Renee's going to say, relatively quiet so that hopefully Damien doesn't hear her. But to Miranda and Jackson, she's going to look at the thing and be like, that's kind of what I imagine Damien's soul looks like.
That's a very good one, Renee. Good
She smiles.
job.
Didn't kill her sense of humor, that's for sure. Are you okay to walk yet?
Oh, yes, I should be fine. Oh, it was very strange, but as you say, it overtook my system, which is not common. Typically, these types of biological attacks don't affect us as readily as non-synthetic humans.
Yes, that is actually quite terrifying that it could do that to you. How do you feel now? Are you okay?
I feel okay so far.
Damien, you and Ben, y'all don't hear any more gunshots. You probably can hear muffled voices from over there, but there's no more gunshots coming from an area.
So is everybody okay back there?
Yes, we're fine. Everything's fine. How are you?
Good.
We're all fine here. No.
Did anybody find a power loader back there?
No, but there are creatures, so you might want to come check this out.
Yeah.
No.
Well, if you've already determined that, then I guess I don't need to check it out. So I'll just take your word for that there, Miranda.
Operation CDs.
Your comm is still open.
Oh shit!
Let's look for some of these. Let's see if we can get this ore and get out of here. I think they might need to.
Renee, you're
there, Jackson,
making
stop
sense.
a bomb on.
You hear Ben over the comm. He's asking you.
So what kind of creatures are these?
And you can't even take care of a hamster readily. I don't think you should really go around picking up strange creatures on a planet.
No, not that I want to pick them up. I'm just simply curious. I am a scientist after all. I want to
No.
examine them if possible.
They kind of look like people, but they have a lot of webbing and also a strange hand that's clutching its groin area. Looks like.
It probably wouldn't. It probably
Is
Yes.
it safe now?
It probably wouldn't hurt to take him one for study for the company.
Well, I don't think
Is
we're
it
going to
safe
take
now?
anything on board. I think we should just get the ore and we'll leave the investigation to other people.
right.
Of course,
Jackson's
it's up to you, Miranda.
Jackson's going to run over to Daniel
Yeah.
and say, "Let me see your camera for just a second, please."
What you're gonna? Okay, yes, here.
So I take the camera and I go over there and I like
Ben follows him.
both the bodies. And then I say, "Here you go, Professor Smith."
Yeah, I mean, Ben is right there. You know, as you
Oh, I
went
thought
back to yeah.
you didn't. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. Taking
yeah,
the camera back. And I was like,
yeah.
"Professor, come here." And I pull him over there. Sorry.
Yeah, so he's standing there examining this thing, and you know, his
I can see
Looking
why all
at
those
it.
execs got killed.
he's like, well, these creatures are humanoid and definitely biological in nature. They seem to have been mutated from perhaps people. That's my hypothesis. And
Yes, well-
he leans down and picks up a little, or a stick or something, and tries to rub it on the white milky protein that's oozing out of its mouth. And he picks it up, looks at it, and says, "Ugh. Yeah, it looks like snot." And he drops that little stick.
Well, anything that can affect Renee's systems and theoretically ours as well is not coming onto my ship. So we're leaving them, and I think, Damien, we're probably going to have to leave the ore too.
Okay.
And we'll just go.
Wait a minute. Renee is infected, you said?
No,
not
I didn't say she was infected. I said something this thing did to her affected her. She's
Oh.
fine.
She's fine.
I'm fine.
Are you acting differently, Renee?
Oh, let me run a diagnostic. And then she turns like her back to you and like gives a finger.
Oh, no, she's acting fine.
Ben leans down and he frantically types stuff. He's typing some stuff into his laptop. And he looks at Renee and he approaches her where she was attacked. and examines that. I mean, could he like gain any information out of there just by
As you walk up to Renee, Ben, and do that, Renee, roll me a d6.
Attack you and kill you. 6.
Oh wow.
Oh.
This is not gonna be good for Ben.
Oh no.
First of all, Renee, you lose 3 hit points as Ben walks up to you, and all of a sudden you just open your mouth and you start vomiting bloody mucus all over him.
Oh my.
And you just start retching in complete sickness as this bloody mucus just comes out of you, Renee, and it just sprays all over Ben now.
isn't Renee in environmental suit, like with the helmet and everything?
Did you have the helmet on, Renee?
I guess I probably did actually. Yes, so I guess I puke all over the
Yeah, it's coming out all inside your helmet, man.
Well, I think if I started to puke, I probably would pull the helmet off because I'm not, I don't need it.
I mean, it's uncontrollable.
Yeah, so I don't know if I puked on Ben or not, but I'm sure I would pull the helmet off if I started puking.
Ben, make me a dex check at disadvantage. You're not expecting that, so make a dex check, see if you get out of the way.
Uh-oh. Ooh, yeah, he definitely didn't make that.
You did
No, it
not?
was like-
Okay.
You know you're gonna puke, you like
bloody
run for the
mucus.
toilet. That was basically that.
You're covered in bloody mucus vomit too, Ben. The rest of you see this, of course.
Well, that's
Oh,
not
great.
good.
It's time to go. We need to get Renee into a decontamination and then quarantine.
Ben simply responds, "Renee, you should have kept your helmet on."
Yes, Ben will also have to be quarantined at this point.
Well,
Ben, speaking of that, Ben, make me a constitution check, just normal.
Makes it, no problem.
All right.
Jackson's gonna just slowly pull his helmet thing back on again like this.
Yeah. You know, Miranda, I was thinking maybe Renee and Ben should take care of each other here while we go get medical supplies from the ship. Right, Corporal Jackson?
I just look at her. I was like, I'm not.
Your comms are open, and I think I know what you're trying to do.
yeah. So Renee is going to actually say, well, clearly something has gotten into my system, and I cannot go back onto the ship because it could cause harm to you. So I'll go back to the main shelter area with the old man and wait there until more help can be brought.
Thank you, Renee.
Does the ship have cryogenic, like cryostasis things?
I'm going to say it does not because everything's pretty close in this area, I'm going to say. So the one you're on does not.
Okay.
Yeah,
Does it
she
have
wouldn't
any
do
kind
that
of
anyway.
quarantine chamber?
No, because I mean, it's just more or less like a transport ship, like
I mean,
Just
probably the
transport vessel.
airlock.
A tramp freighter.
I mean, the airlock. The
Yeah.
airlock would probably be the closest thing to it, but I'm not going to sit in the airlock. She wouldn't do it. I mean, Ben maybe, but Renee's not going to go. She would refuse to go.
Okay.
That being the case, though, she figures she's here now. She's going to start walking up to one of those containers. let's take a look.
Yeah, if you go up to one of the big containers and see it is time stamped, date stamped, and all that, and it shows it's been loaded with the tinfoil 9Z ore waiting for pickup.
Okay. Well, the ore is here.
Yeah, I'm thinking that if we got to go back to the ship anyway, we might as well take what containers we can take back with us, don't you think, Captain?
How sealed are they? Like, are they really well sealed?
Oh yeah, you can tell they've been well sealed by the corporate man would know whoever did this followed specs.
Okay.
I'm not a scientist, but I have been around weapons. I've never seen rocks that have been turned into any kind of weapon like this. I still think they found something else down in the mine that's not the ore. I think the ore is just a convenient cover for whatever it was they were doing. rather than the ore's down there, but something else is down there too, and I think that's what's at play here.
Are you suggesting that we should go into the mine?
No, what I'm saying is that the concern about the ore, I don't think. Again, Mr. Smith should probably make that determination, but I have a feeling there's something else down in the mine that's causing, and he points to the two things on the ground that this, I don't think the ore is the problem. So if you want to take the ore, I would say just lock it down, but I think there's something else going on down there that you guys need to let the company know about. That's just
All right. If you don't think it's the ore, what do you think, Ben?
Well, I would say that the conjectures that we're making is completely baseless and unrelated to what's really happening. We need a controlled test in order to determine exactly what is causing these types of mutations. If I could hazard a guess, however, I would say it does have to do with tinfoil 9Z. The fellow up there did mention that there is weaponization that's happening. If we didn't know about it, then, well, here is some sort of a proof. Otherwise, Dr. Greydown would not have fled this place.
All right.
She fled with the information. Do you think that she fled to sell it to somebody else, or because she thought it was dangerous to humanity?
I would say she probably fled because she had the information, and information could be very valuable. You
Humans
could.
are strange.
He looks at Damien and says, "Well, he could probably tell you the legal costs of trying to cover up something like this." And Dr. Laura Greydown, being a very smart woman, she probably felt that there was profit to be made. Or either way, she could probably do something good with the information that she has gathered. Regardless, my friends, I am relatively uh, anxious to find the contamination chamber. He looks all around his own body, covered in this bloody mucus, and he
Now,
pulls
wait a
up.
minute. You said this was profitable?
Information is profitable, don't you think, Damien? What if I were to uh, divulge the information that our corporation was putting us in harm's way knowingly?
Well, yeah, but
The
okay.
cost of workers' compensation alone and all the legal costs would possibly dent the finances of the company.
Yeah.
No.
I think the money's going to come from the fact that she's got the formulas required to make a weapon that does this, and that's why she's gone. That's where the money is.
But I'm thinking, I mean, what if we got live specimens instead of the ones that you killed here?
No.
I mean, that bit, but no, just wait. I know it sounds a little crazy at first, but if information is money, as Dr. Smith is saying, if we get live specimens, then we might, we could turn quite a pretty penny instead of just transporting the ore.
Damien, you must be suffering from rectal cranial inversion if you think that the corporation does not already know this. You are our corporate connection, but however, you're sort of lower rung of the ladder. Would you not agree?
Yeah,
They,
well, yes.
they probably already know what's happening, and the information that Dr. Grayburn took is something that is rather uh, important from the corporation's perspective. They probably wish her silenced, or if she were to sell the information, like Corporate Jackson has mentioned, she is in a position to uh, gain some boon financially. Let me reiterate with some urgency that I should find the contamination chamber immediately. And then he pulls up his laptop and pulls up the map and punches in decontamination chamber.
Whether or not the corporation knows about it or not is immaterial. As the resident military individual, we have no way to subdue. We have no way that we know of to capture, and we have no way to contain.
Well, we could put it in one of these storage things, right?
They're sealed up pretty well. Do we have the capability to seal them the way that the...
Oh, this is all
Miners?
automated.
So what happens when you put a biologic inside of a sealed up container?
Well, that's what Ben's here to find out.
If we have a hermetic container, perhaps we would be able to transport it back. However, you all saw what just happened. I simply leaned over to look at Renee's wound, and I am now covered in bloody mucus.
That is true. There's something. Renee says you're arguing about things that we have no control over. There's something strange going on here. I think that we should go into the mine and see what's happening down there. You're assuming the corporation knows things, but
Right.
if they did know, then they would have sent a gunship or something, as the old man had mentioned. So clearly they don't know yet.
Right.
We're here now. We should find out what's there.
And that's why I think we should get some live biological samples.
Well, I agree with both of you. I think we should find out what's going on, but I don't think we have the means to capture one alive.
I don't believe we should be traveling anywhere with these types of creatures. Damien, I would say you should probably contact the corporate office and have somebody secure the live samples while we maintain a live sample within a certain perimeter.
We can
I
go into
would-
the mine if everybody is agreeable and see what's going on, but I don't think we should attempt a live capture.
Should you not report what we've seen so far back to the corporation?
Well, yeah, I'll report it. I mean, yeah, it'll all be in the report.
Yeah.
I mean, you want me? I can here, and he types in. I'll transfer it to the ship's databases right now.
Once
It's a
again,
good thing that you were videotaping all this conversation too. It's good to have this information. And then she turns and walks out and starts walking towards the mine.
Damien, make a intelligence deal as you're trying to get that information back to your ship. Not advantage or anything, just normal.
Okay. Holy crap! Made it by 10.
Oh
Nice.
wow. Yeah. You look at the signal at first, and the signal's like real low on your device back to the ship, and then signal comes back, and you get it to the ship's main computer and all that. And you do recall, Damien, that when y'all first got here at the mine area, but you did see a storm. It was in the distance, so that may be part of what's causing signal problems. May not be.
Is there like a weather station or a weather satellite I can hack into here that, or just to access? I don't necessarily have to hack, but can we access that data?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I'll just say normal. Do a normal intelligence.
Okay. Oh, now I miss it
How bad?
by 1.
By 1?
Yeah.
You start logging into the weather data for the planet and stuff and so far that's been kept. And you look down and all of a sudden it just goes back into like a reverse deal, and everything's, instead of you watching the data being loaded in front of you, everything's being erased from the weather data. And you start pushing deals to try to stop it, and it just everything is disappearing on weather related stuff now.
Oh, I think I have Renee. Before you go in, can you? I think I have a virus or something in my computer, or maybe in the ship.
Are you trying to make a joke?
No, I'm not. I'm getting
You realize that I'm a person too. Just because I'm synthetic doesn't mean I'm not a person. And I find that quite offensive. I'm going to fill out a form to report you for harassment.
Okay. Well, I was thinking that
Cannot
you have a
make fun of the fact that I'm
superior,
sick.
you have superior synapses than me. And since you're capable of thinking much faster than I am, and that your knowledge of technology is probably more extensive than mine, that you would be able to run a diagnostic more efficiently.
Well, that part's true. On what? May I ask?
My computer,
Oh,
or the ship's computer, I believe, are corrupted.
oh, well, that would be unfortunate. Yeah, I'll try. I'll take the thing, the
I'll give
tablet,
it to you.
see if I can figure it out.
Yeah, you don't have anything special to do that with you, do you? Any
Nope.
other talent?
Just nope.
Yeah, just roll normal intelligence.
I am very average in every way. I'm just a synthetic.
Maybe I am better than you.
I did roll a 2 though.
Oh wow.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah, you look down and you see where he was trying to get weather information on the planet and all that, maybe about these storms and what records that they've kept so far from shelter, but everything's been completely erased about the weather, and you're pretty confident that Damien probably pushed the wrong button and it's his fault.
Okay. So I look at it and I say, it seems that there may have been some kind of an error with your keystroke input here, and unfortunately the data has been removed.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem. I mean, I could tell you the weather.
Okay.
You know the best way to tell the weather?
This is part of your humor protocol, I take it?
Don't do it, man.
It might be.
Okay. How do you tell the weather, Renee?
You look outside. And then she walks outside.
She goes out. Jackson goes, wah, wah, wah.
Well, if we're going in the mine, let's go in the mine.
Okay, we can go in the mine.
I mean,
I'll go.
Seems reasonable.
You started that joke. I went, don't do it.
Before we head down, actually, Tony, could I punch in look through the map to see if there's a decontamination chamber?
You're trying to find one here that's close to the mine?
Mine, or the mines, or back at the station, or.
Well, yeah, you would definitely know they would have one back at the station in medical or something back at shelter itself. But that's a good 10 or 15 minutes away.
Yeah, he's gonna say, well, Renee, you and I have been compromised by xenobiological contagion. I would suggest that it would be most prudent for us to be decontaminated.
That does make sense. Okay. We should do that, and we can just meet you guys unless you want to come back with us. Because if we all go back right now, we're probably going to get separated. I mean, if we don't all go back right now, we're going to get separated because the storm's coming.
On my map, it shows that it's about a quarter an hour away, so I would say about 3/4 an hour before we could meet you back here. Or
we shouldn't split up. No, not with what we've seen. I wouldn't split up. Yeah, no.
The storm's coming.
Yep.
With all this biological contagion all about me, I am afraid I could infect the rest of you should I, by mistake, unless I'm decontaminated.
Well, I think you've probably, if we're going to get contaminated, I think you probably already did that already, Ben.
That is probably true. However, it could get worse for Ben and any of us if we're not decontaminated soon.
It is an airtight suit that I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Let's just go back to the shelter. We'll get everybody decontaminated and taken care of, and we can always come back.
Sure, we have all the time in the world.
Do.
Well,
I think.
no, we don't have all the time in the world. I mean, we do have a schedule we should be maintaining.
That's
We,
true, but we have
should
to
not.
take care of our people.
Yeah, we should not cut corners because it is the company protocol to make sure that we follow all the safety procedures. And Ben smiles.
Nice.
All right, shirts and ties. Come on, let's go.
I was gonna
Yes.
say-
Yes.
He's gonna
Back to the
say,
shelter.
Who's the corporate drone around here?
Really?
All of a sudden, we're playing papers and paychecks.
Exactly.
It's work, I tell you. We should get paid for playing this.
All right, y'all headed back to the shelter, to the main buildings.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yep.
go back and decon. And hopefully,
Yep, and you can have a coffee break, Renee, which is an hour, and you can recover a number of HP equal to half your con score rounded down. Since you lost those 3 HP, so that probably should get you all of them back, I guess.
oh yeah, it does. My con is 10, so I get 5.
Yep, y'all can take a coffee and a food break. And speaking of break, why don't we take about a 5-minute break and come back and see what y'all want to do?
Sounds perfect.
All right.
Alrighty.
I'm back.
I'm here.
Alrighty.
I never left.
Well, you've always been back then.
Yep.
We'll see if y'all all want to go to your death or what y'all
You
want to do, I guess.
You can probably tell that Miranda's like, no, let's just leave. But it's the adventure, so.
We
You're just
should
trying
leave.
You're just trying to get through a Tony adventure without dying.
Yes. You have caught me
Yeah,
out.
Nikki doesn't have good luck at that at all.
I do not.
We'll see how the odds are tonight.
Yeah, we should get back to the ship back to the ship and nuke it from the orbit.
Yes, well, that's what I said. All right, we wasted. No offense. One of my favorite lines from that movie. You jinxed me, Daniel. Now I'm going to die for sure.
Renee will come save you. That's what happened.
That's what's going to happen. This is the problem with this class. I can't let anybody die. So I'm definitely dying. Because now she's back to her regular programming, but she's keeping it under wraps so Damien doesn't give her a hard time.
While we're resting, Ben's gonna look at Renee, like her wounds, like he was gonna do before.
Yeah, you can, doctor it up or whatever. I mean, it's just like a pinprick in her neck area where it went through. It seems to be, closed up and healing some.
Cool.
Coffee helps.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
And Delvin would have, if y'all would have hung around a while, he would have fixed you something to eat, of course, when you got back.
Ben would probably ask Delvin, if he knows anything about these creatures.
You describe them to him, or Jackson took photos, of course. So I mean, if you would have showed him the photos, no, he is. You can tell he's definitely surprised. He has no idea what this is.
Whoa. Okay.
Yep, he tells you he has no idea. In fact, he thinks at first it's some joke that you're trying to pull on him.
All Jackson will do is that when they're done with their break, he would get a small plate of food from whatever it was that Delvin was making. And regardless of what he makes and regardless of how it tastes, knowing that he's got a terminal illness and he's pretty much just resigned himself to die here, he's going to just pat him on the shoulder and tell him, say, I got to tell you, hands down, best chow I've had in months.
It actually is pretty good. He fixes this creamy potato soup. It just looks like that milky substance that comes off of those bodies when you start looking at your bowl of soup. But it's actually pretty good, though.
In that case, I'm not.
But yeah, he gets y'all back. Renee, you're back to feeling better yourself. So what would y'all like to do?
Well, I'm not going to eat anything he cooks me, that's for sure.
Oh, you're not going to eat his food?
I'm not eating anything.
No.
Wow.
Renee doesn't eat, actually, but she'll pretend.
I will politely decline. Politely. Very politely.
Ben, are you going to eat?
Actually, I suppose I can eat. I just don't eat, right? So if I think I'm physically capable of eating, I'll say I can. I eat some.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, just though
Yeah.
when you look at it, it looks so much like that stuff off those bodies, of course, to you.
Yeah. Renee eats it, and she actually mentions that quite a bit as she's eating it. She's like, wow, this is very similar to the milky substance that was coming off the strange alien bodies.
So yeah, ship's rations for me.
But yeah, that's some great potato soup. Best potato soup you ever had.
Thanks, guys. Now you made me completely regret the fact that I tried to make this guy feel good about himself.
No, it's just yeah.
Yeah.
Miranda's-
I love to be able to see through my potato soup.
I think what's happened, Nikki is thinking about what happened at Port Greeley, so she's worried everybody's going to poison her. Huh.
He passes out the shrimp paste.
Ben, you see Ben on the corner, chowing down on the soup, going like, I really imagine that white mucus that we saw earlier tastes just like this. Mmm.
Yes, as you all wonder why I'm not eating.
Well, Ben, I can tell you as I tasted it coming back up, not really. This is much better.
Can I just remind everyone at the table that I am literally the only one with a fully automatic weapon? No. Oh, okay, thanks. I go back to eating my soup.
And you see Ben taking out his spoon from his mouth and going, I fail to realize how that is relevant. And then he takes another, spoonful of it.
Keep talking about the soup and find out there, Professor.
Someone needs to change his humor programming.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make the old man feel good.
This is delicious. Just because it has the same substance and appearance as the mucus doesn't mean it is the mucus.
I hate you guys so much.
I know, but sometimes humans have psychological issues with that kind of stuff, Renee. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm sure it's delicious.
Oh, I see. Well, have you seen the things that Jackson eats?
Yes.
Well, then you shouldn't be surprised then. What are those yellow cake things with the white filling inside? Those look terrible.
Well, yeah, y'all get all rested up, have a wonderful meal, and what would y'all like to do now?
Well, is it light out, or does it get?
The storm that you saw when you were at the mine, it actually did not come this way. It appears that it went off some other way. You see it on the horizon. It is still enough light out. It's getting a little dimmer than it was earlier, but I mean, there's enough light at this point still.
What do you think, crew? Back to the mine?
Yeah, I think we should get this done as quick as possible.
I'm thinking that too. If everybody feels better, now that you've all eaten the milky soup.
Yeah.
I feel much better.
I think
I
we
mean, I
should
felt
go.
fine. But... Yes.
Can we load first and then do the mine? Or
No.
Yeah. No.
okay.
Personally, I'd rather go to the mine first, and I don't want to get jumped by any more of these creatures while we're trying to load.
Well, and if we go in the mine and find something else that's causing these weird transformations, then we know for sure it's not the ore, right? So I won't feel so apprehensive loading it.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Did we lose Ben?
Apparently,
No, he's just quiet.
Huh.
Yeah. It's
It's
the
fine.
soup.
too quiet. He disappeared.
You see y'all ship take off about right now, probably.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, fuck you guys.
So yes, mine first, and then we can load, Damien, because I want to make extra sure that it's not the ore. Okay?
Yeah,
All right,
that's fine.
y'all take the trip back to the 10-15 minute trip back to the mine. You get there and you can see that storm system had veered off and went another way completely. You see it in the far distance, and you definitely know it's not going to hit this area at all as you make your way back to the mine entrance. Any special preparations? I mean, once you get to the mine entrance, you can see there's lighting. If it's still on there, some whatever source they use to power the lighting, it's still on there, and there is one of those little hover deals that would hold about 6 people that go down into the mine.
All right. Oh, here comes Ben.
Yeah, Ben's back.
Catch up, Ben.
But yep, y'all are at the entrance of the mine if you want to get on one of those and go down, or however you want to do it.
Yep, I hop up in the shotgun seat.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Who's driving?
Yep.
Well,
I'm recording everything, so I should probably not drive and record at the same time.
I have a bit of a pilot vehicle thing, so I can do that.
All right. You able to do that, Miranda? You go down, follow the area where you see, but like I say, it's a very vast complex that they've dug out. You go down, you see a couple of these little hover cars along in the area. They're dusty with mine dust and different things. You can tell they've been sitting there for some time. You don't run into any miners. You go down for deeper and deeper, and finally you come into this large cavernous area, and there's appears that this is probably the kind of the end of where they've made it right now. As you can see, some of the larger mining drilling instruments over there, and you see a pulsating light over there. It's kind of a almost reddish white pulsating light in this large cavern as y'all reach that area.
Pulsating light.
Yeah, I mean, it's like just a very slow pulse. You can tell it's not any of the lighting system they've set up. It's just like a pulsating light that's coming off from over in the distance there.
Oh, so it doesn't look like it's a warning light or anything like that.
Nope, nothing like that. It appears it's probably coming from some natural source at this point, that it's not any kind of equipment lighting.
Okay.
Well, I will drive towards the light.
I pattern
Under
it.
the light, Caroline.
Right.
Yes, Caroline. I pat her on the arm and say, slowly.
Oh yeah, I'll slow way down.
Yep, you head towards the light, and as you kind of, like I say, there's some large equipment in here too. But once you go around this equipment, there's 2 things you see. First, you see this. You see this large pinkish white pulsating blob deal that is just humongous, like a big growth into the mine itself. And you see standing out next to it, you see a couple of the miners still holding some of their axes and stuff. And there are like these things that are floating above their head with these things attached to them. Everybody can make a fear test. That has to make them.
All right.
Guys, do you see that? That's kind of gross.
So make a nerve test and let me know if you fail.
I
made it.
failed.
Jackson passes and he's like, well, that is some screwed up shit.
I pass.
Ben on his way, he says, well, the light source could be a radioactive source, but then seeing how it is pulsating, I hypothesize it may be a form of bioluminescence. And once he comes into the presence of that, creature, he's like, yep, I was correct. And he doesn't seem afraid at all.
All right, Damien, you're the only one that failed. You can either run away, choose to run away, or if you want to roll the adrenaline die and stay, you can do that, but you've got to drop
I will roll
automatically
the-
drop. All right.
I rolled the 1 on my adrenaline die.
Yep, it drops then, but you're going to stay there. And everybody can test initiative then, pretty much. So make another nerve test. Those that pass your nerve test can do whatever you want to at this point, and those that fail do not get to do anything right now, of course.
Nope.
Got a 2.
I hit it right on. I don't know if
Oh,
that's
you failed, man.
okay.
I go under. I got a 2.
I failed by 5.
Oh, man.
All right, Renee, you passed. What about Jackson and Damien?
I failed.
Also,
Oh, man. What about Jackson?
I failed also.
Ooh,
Jeez, really?
Renee.
Wow.
You're the only one that gets to do anything, man.
So Renee looks. Actually, I'm sitting behind Jackson. I want to reach around, grab his machine gun, and fire it off into the creature
Oh no!
when I see he's not moving, because I know that's more effective.
Yes, you can do that. Unless, Jackson, would you try to tense up and stop her or not, you think?
I mean, I'm not scared. If I was terrified, I'd be like, I would probably just turn loose, but I'm not scared. So when she snatches it, I'm just like, Jesus, I don't know what I'd do.
Well, hold on. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Are you frozen in fear, or are you just behind on initiative?
No, I just lost initiative.
Oh, I thought he was frozen in fear. Okay, I'm sorry. Can I go back? I misunderstood.
Yep, you can retcon that.
Oh, all right. Sorry.
Yeah,
about that.
you're the
so-
only one that passed. You're the only one that passed initiative. Everybody else failed.
Oh, I understand. Okay, sorry about that. All right, then I have the pistol still, so I'm just gonna. I want to try to shoot one of those floaty things that's next to one of the guys' heads, because that is
Yeah.
gross.
That'll be fine. You will on your rolls, if you're targeting those smaller things, on all rolls, you need to add 2 to all rolls on
Okay.
attack and defense rolls to it.
All right, fair enough. I shall do it. All right, so I rolled a 1, so 3, which is under 10. So
Oh,
that
you
hits.
rolled a natural 1 now?
Yeah, I rolled a 1.
That's a critical then.
Oh, it's
yeah.
a crit in this. Yes. That's right.
Yeah, so roll damage and I'll say doubled, I think, unless I don't
Wow.
know if they've got special rules. I don't remember.
I don't think they do. I think it's up to you.
Yeah, I'll give you double damage.
Oh, 6 double 12. She's a pretty good shot.
Oh, you broke up for me, Dan. You broke up for me, Daniel. I didn't hear you.
I rolled a 6, so doubled would be 12.
Yeah, you just blow this thing into pieces then.
Yeah, that's a hell of a shot. She's
Yeah.
like, I like this gun.
When you shoot this blob thing though, the tentacle deal falls off the miner when it comes loose and detaches, and it just the body of the miner itself, that is still a little bit of human left to it, but you can tell it's probably transforming into one of those other things that you saw earlier. The body just falls over to the floor of the mine dead, you would think, but you definitely take it out.
Oh.
I
have mixed emotions.
Let's see here. Since the rest of you failed, this big, huge blob thing. It's humongous. It's just a big old area of reddish, pinkish, whitish deal that's pulsating light. You're going to see part of the blob come out and shoot towards you, Renee, with these tentacles. So make a dex test for me.
Okay, so since I shot at the other thing, do I still have that +2, or is it not because?
No, this is on this. You will need to add 6.
Oh,
all
okay.
rolls.
Geez, all right.
Yeah.
that's even worse. Oh God, I would have failed anyways. Yeah, so 19 total with the 6 on.
All right.
Which is, my dex is 11, 10 or something like that.
This blob stuff just flies into you, and you just start feeling burning. Burning real bad as it's burning through your suit and all that. You'll take 3 points of damage.
Oh my God. I have hot pants. I don't like it.
Let's see here.
Ouch.
The rest of you have failed also. There's going to be blobs come shooting at all of you from this large thing now. So everybody
Are we all riding in a same vehicle?
Yeah, it's an open vehicle, yeah.
Okay.
Everybody make a dex test and add 6 to your roll.
Oh shit.
You'll need to add 6 to any attacks against the big blob or any defense against it.
Yeah, I failed.
Yeah, I failed.
Failed.
All right.
Oh, I missed it.
Everybody that failed will take 4 points of damage as this stuff just starts burning acidy into you.
All right. Oops.
And those that failed initiative can do something now.
Particular order or
Ben will
However y'all
spot.
want to do it. It doesn't matter. I mean, if y'all want to, one of you wants to go before the other one, however y'all want to do it, y'all figure it out.
Ben will try to spot weakness. He's going to spend the full turn observing the creature to find weakness, and
Yep,
I get
you
to
can do
roll
that.
my adrenaline, and I have to pass my intelligence test.
Yep, make your adrenaline first.
Okay, adrenaline. I rolled 1.
Yep, so lower it down unless this is the first lower, I believe, right?
No, I lost the adrenaline die before,
Ooh,
or
so
for
you're
some
down.
reason.
You're down to 0 then, right?
Yep.
Well, let me just pull up my little chart here.
And he also failed the intelligence test.
All right, roll me a d6, Smith.
4.
Oh my gosh. You are going to suffer from hysterical blindness that will last to the end of the next turn.
Oh
So I
man.
mean, you just go completely hysterical and are blinded and can't do anything.
Okay.
Wow.
Kind of appropriate too, because you were just staring at the thing.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next?
So Jackson is just going to he's going to stand up, and since this thing is a blob, instead of shooting bullets into it, he's just going to like point at the ground, and he's going to see, he cocks it just like you would a shotgun, and then he raises back up, and you just hear, boom, and he shoots a grenade at it.
Oh, there we go.
So
Wow.
the way the
That's
grenade, it does.
There we go.
Yeah. So here's the question I have about that. When it says grenade, it doesn't list a damage die. So I'm assuming it just uses your damage die on your
Let
shirt.
me get down to what page is that equipment on for the grenade? Do you know offhand? I can find it if I.
It says extinction gear and weapons. So it would be page 2. It says grenade usage die is blank, and then it says encumbrance 1/2 hurts everybody nearby the point of impact. But it says my damage
Let me
is
look. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
God, I hope we're not nearby.
No, we're not quite nearby, but some of them other things are.
So Ben is intently observing the creature, and all of a sudden the grenade goes off, and it blows off his pair of glasses, and he says,
I'm not nearby you.
"Yeah, but he was still observing the creature,
Okay.
and the flash, and that impact, blew his glasses off of his face, and he's like, my vision is now impaired, and then he's trying to find his glasses.
Would you get
All
out of
right,
the way?
Jackson, you shoot the grenade, roll some damage.
All right. That's what I'm saying. It uses the same damage as my
I would think so because it doesn't show anything else about the changed damage.
I got a hit. So I got a 9 under a 13. So I hit the blob for D8 damage. So I do 6 damage to the blob and any of those other things that are nearby.
6 damage, okay.
Yeah.
There's one of those other creatures that kind of is hooked up to the one of the miners. It does damage it. It's still attached to him. See, I mean, it does seem it hurt him, but he's still attached and seems to be, still alive.
Okay. They're tougher than I thought. All right. No, so nothing other than just some explosive damage. This thing doesn't like fly into bits or anything like that.
Nope, not really. But I mean, you definitely tell you hurt it.
Okay. I was hoping maybe it would be susceptible to explosive damage or something.
So yep, you definitely hurt it.
Plus, I just wanted to shoot a grenade.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
There's always that.
Yep. Who else is up that failed?
Well,
Ben, did
Damien
you-
has nothing to do, so besides cower.
Video. You're the video.
I am, yes, I'm videotaping this.
He's down in the bottom doing like this with the camera.
You can help him find his glasses.
Did you get out of the truck, Jackson? You got out of the car to do the grenade?
No, I just stood up and shot. It said it was an open vehicle, so I could just figured I'd just right over the windshield.
Right. Yeah, I'm debating just flooring it out of there actually. But
No, I didn't get out. I just stood up, shot it.
but I'll shoot it. I have a handgun thing. So that I got on the ship. I'll shoot at it, Tony. The blob.
All right, yeah, go ahead. Make a dex test. Be sure and add your 6 though to it.
Ooh, that's actually okay. One, yeah, I rolled a 1, so plus 6 is 7.
Oh,
which
so
is
you rolled a
under.
crit, man. Well, you rolled a crit if you rolled a 1.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
Damn,
I rolled a
y'all.
1.
Who's the Marine here again?
Yeah, really. So double damage. Roll your damage and double it.
Okay, D6. I just had my D6.
Jackson's a corporal, but Miranda's the captain.
Oh, 6. So 12.
Oh, wow.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you take a big chunk out of this blob thing then.
Your
Wow.
punny grenades do nothing.
And Smith, you're not doing anything else because you did that other deal. And Damien, you said you're not doing anything, correct?
I can't find
I'm
my
just
glasses.
videotaping.
All right, so we're back to you, Renee, then.
Okay, I'm gonna try to shoot the little guy again because there's only one more, right?
Yeah, there's the one left of the that's hooked up to the miner.
Yeah, because from my point of view, that thing is corrupting a human, and even though it's probably gonna kill the human at the end of this, it's a blasphemy. So I'm gonna shoot it. I can add 2 to my roll, right?
Yeah, for it, correct.
Okay. So that actually is good though. Still, it's a 5 plus 2 is 7, and my dex is 10, so that hits.
Yep. How much damage?
All right, let's see. Oh, 8 points max damage.
Nice, nice.
It detaches from the miner, as the other one did, and burst in obliteration, and the miner falls down to the ground. So
All right, good. She
it
feels
is
a little better.
no longer there. The blob, what's left of the blob, is going to. Well, first of all, you are the only one that got hit before, Renee. You'll take 2 points of damage automatically as this stuff is still burning through you.
I thought everybody got hit.
Yeah, I got hit. We all were, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. That's right. Y'all did get hit on that. Yeah, everybody got hit. We'll take 2 more points then. I'm sorry. That's right.
Oh.
It is going to, let's see, it's going to, I'll tell you what it's going to do. It's going to do something a little different this time. Ooh, it's going, well, this probably makes sense. Miranda, you see like an arm come out of this thing and reach, and it's going to try to grab you. So make a strength test. As this arm just shoots out across towards you, and it seems like it's going to grab hold of you, Miranda.
Okay. Do I add the 6?
Yep, add the 6.
Yep, then I failed.
You see, all of you see that grab Miranda, and it starts jerking her back towards the main portion of the blob.
Oh.
I knew I should have floored it out of there.
Well, I
Hey,
can't let that
isn't
happen.
isn't she the driver?
Yes.
Oh man, that's
So
no good.
I'm gonna flip the switch on my rifle and go to full auto again. Which
Yep, it's back to y'all. That's all it does.
which I forgot, Tony, because it's a new system. Anytime I do the full auto, it's called Let's Rock, and I have to roll adrenaline when I do that.
All right, go ahead. Do that first.
Do you want me to roll for the last time too?
No, we won't worry about it.
Sure. Okay.
Oh, yeah, just this time.
So I just roll adrenaline. I just want something other than a 1 or a 2.
Yep, you don't want a 1 or 2 for sure.
Okay. All right, I got a 3.
All right, you're fine.
All right. So now, first shot under a 13.
Yeah, be sure and add the 6 each shot.
Oh, that's on attacks too?
Yep, it's on everything that you do to this thing.
Shit, I need to roll a 7 or below then. Well, there's 1. And there's 2 because I rolled a 3. All right, well, I hit him twice. The first shot missed.
All right.
That's a 4 plus 2, 6 more points of damage.
6 points, okay. Yeah, you take more out of it. It still seems to be alive. It's still pulsating and all that, but you definitely take more out of it.
Renee, shoot the blob.
I will. Well, actually, I'm not going to. I'm going to have to run up and try to save her. She's getting sucked in.
Damien, you or Smith want to do anything?
Does Ben regain his vision?
Oh, I'll tell you what, make me a con check and we'll see.
16. Nope.
I'm gonna say you don't then. You're still trying to get your glasses on and get back to where normal.
Yep.
I am getting some wonderful footage that will go directly to a network someplace.
You know, we just lost the driver.
The
She's
driver,
she's
Miranda?
She's in the process of being lost. There's a
It's
difference.
also the pilots.
Yes. I didn't see that. Let
Miranda,
me pan.
you haven't done anything, have you, Miranda, this time?
No.
All right. You can
But
try to break loose of this thing. It'll be a strength test and add the 6 to it.
All right, I doubt I.
Hey, don't ever doubt.
No.
All right. It's going to keep pulling you then. It's got a hold of you, pulling you into it. So we're back to you, Renee.
Okay, so I have a question. I'm trying to power build over here. Now, I get, because I have a steel skeleton, I get advantage on strength tests outside of combat. I mean, I take that to mean that I don't get it for attacks. Would I get it if I'm-
you wouldn't
Yeah.
get it for attacks.
Yeah, but would I get it if I'm trying to pull Miranda out? Because we are technically in combat, but I'm not trying to fight the creature. I just want to pull Miranda out. Because I'm going to do it anyways, but I'm just curious if I get it.
Let me read. I'm reading it real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like, I'm trying to figure out, the intent of it is clearly, is at least you don't get it for fighting, but I don't know if this would count because we are in combat.
I'm going to say no because I'm still going to say that would be in part of this
Okay.
combat. So I'm going to say no.
All right, I'm still going to try. I got no choice. I got to try. Oh, haha. I think that's okay. 5, you have to add 6, right? So
Yep,
5
add 6
plus
to-
6, 5 plus 6 is 11. And my strength is 12.
You got it.
So I grab
All right.
Miranda and pull her. Yeah.
Yep,
So hopefully that pulls her.
you're able to pull Miranda loose from this thing for right now.
Yeah, if I can, I want to try to pull her I don't know how far I can actually pull her, but I want to pull her really far so she's behind me. So if the thing tries to attack again, it'll hit me.
Yep,
Yeah,
you're
come
pulling
around.
her away. It's its turn. It is going to. Wow, it goes for Miranda again. Miranda, it's going to try to grab you again.
Oh, Tony.
Damn it.
I know. Blame the dice. Blame the dice.
I'm trying to save you, but here, but
I will try to avoid it again.
Yep. So make a strength. Does you're defending yourself, trying to get away.
Nope.
You know what? I'll actually give you advantage since Renee's helping you, so you can have
good.
advantage, but you still got to add the 6 to it, though.
That's fine. That first roll was a nat 20, so I'm glad that you did.
Oh man, don't get another
Oh, my
nat
quick
20.
I won't. Ooh, that's actually all right. That's okay. Plus 6? Yeah, that's 1 under 10.
Yeah, you're able to get away from it now.
Thank you, Renee, and she'll say that. Thank you, Renee. I've never been.
And that is all it's going to do. So the rest of you, whatever y'all want to do, Jackson and all of them.
do we take any damage automatically like we did last round, or was that just a one-time thing?
Oh, that was just a one-time deal I did.
Okay. All right, just making sure.
Thank
I'm
God
still
for that.
Yeah.
I know, exactly.
It was going to get ugly fast. All right.
Come on, Jackson, kill this thing.
Is it back to us now?
Yep,
Yeah.
it's back to y'all that failed. So add 6 to all your shots, though.
I'm going let's rock again.
Do your job, Jackson.
All right. I passed my adrenaline test.
All right.
All right, so 1. Shit. That's a miss. That's a hit. Shit. That's a miss. All right. So 2 bullets go wide, but the middle one hits for another 5 points of damage this time.
Oh, man. Yeah, you take some out of it. It's still pulsating some, though.
That +6 is killing me.
Oh yeah.
Smith, you're back to seeing now. Damien, you see him filming, I guess.
I don't regain the adrenaline die, right? Do I still have 1d4 or do I lose that completely?
You completely don't have one at all right now, I don't think.
Okay, I gotcha.
But you're able to, your vision is back.
Nice. And then he puts on the glasses and says, I'd rather prefer not to see this.
Great. Well, I'm really glad I took a gun because nobody else has one.
I have a gun. I just haven't been able to use it.
No, I know.
Hey, Young, I'm sorry, you are right. Smith, your adrenaline goes back to a D4 once you've done the results. So yeah, you're back to a D4 on adrenaline.
Oh, well, that's
Right
cool. That's
now.
good to know.
That is nice.
All right, Renee, I guess we're back to you then if nobody else is going to do anything.
All right. Well, if the creature is sitting there right there and I can do it, I'm gonna try to shoot it with this pistol.
All right.
All right. I'm not a very good shot, but I'm gonna give it. But I've been very lucky.
You only rolled like 2 crits this combat.
I did, but I didn't miss that time though. It's because I rolled a 5 plus 6 is 11. And I only have my deck's only 10. So.
Tony, I got a quick question for you. You did mention that I get the a minimum die back, right? 1d4.
Yeah, adrenaline. Yeah, adrenaline go back to D4. That is
okay.
correct. Yeah,
Could
I just
I-
read it. I just read that.
I gotcha. Could I use this turn to use that talent again, spot weakness?
Yeah. Oh, you want to try that again? Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Here we go. What did I roll?
Oh no, another one.
On adrenaline?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Roll a D6.
Just sit there and look pretty.
1. I got 1
You
for my
are,
adrenaline.
yeah, you pretty much get a grip on yourself after doing it the first time and can act normally. But I'm going to say you'll know the result next turn.
You're not a adrenaline junkie.
Gotcha.
This thing is going to, let's see who it lashes out at. Oh my gosh. I wish I had the camera on the die. It lashes out at Miranda again.
I believe you.
must be tasty.
Yeah.
She must be. She likes Miranda, or it likes Miranda, or whatever.
What can I say?
It's
I'm so sweet.
estrogen-based attack.
All right, I will roll my freaking dice. Okay.
Yeah, just normal because Renee's not helping you this time. So
Right. Yeah, no. It gets me.
you didn't roll a nat 20, did you?
No.
Okay. It's got hold of you and pulling you back in towards it. Jackson, I guess it's up to your group. Y'all see this happening.
All right. Going let's rock again. This is very cinematic. I've got a gun that doesn't ever run out of bullets.
You got plenty of ammo
Yeah.
on your belt.
Yep. All right. I got a 3 on my adrenaline die, so I'm good. All right. Here we go. All right. First one hits with a 3. Second one misses with a 13. 1 hit. 7 points of damage.
With one hit, your one hit goes into this thing, and this thing explodes everywhere. Everyone make a dex check.
Damn it.
And you have to add a 6 to it also.
Tony.
Oh no, I failed big time there.
6 and 7.
Yep, failed.
I actually made that one. Aha!
I got a
Yeah.
total of 21.
I got
I'm good.
I got 12 under 13. I barely made it.
All right. If you fail, as this thing explodes everywhere and the acid spills over the top of you, if you fail, you take 10 points of damage.
Oh, yeah, I'm dead.
Oh,
Oh no! I think
Oh,
that kills me
man.
anyways.
So who's down at 0? We got Miranda at 0.
Yes.
Hold on a second. So I had 12. I took 5. That puts me at 7.
Well, technically, I'm at
my God!
negative
I have
7.
1 hit point because I'm going to use my 4 armor points from my outfit.
You look around and you see Ben's glasses, but rest of him is basically a puddle.
No, not yet.
no.
Not yet, because you actually get to roll on a chart to see what happens.
Okay.
Ben, but you're at 0 or below, Ben?
I got -6.
Did y'all use your armor points?
Oh, actually, I did not.
What
Armor
did
If
you
I didn't
point?
use mine, I'd be dead for sure. I
Yeah,
forgot
armor
about him earlier.
points. It's 4, so yeah, it's -2 right now. Then
That
You're
would
still
make me
down. What
negative
about
3.
Miranda?
That would make me -3.
Oh, you're still
Oh my
down.
God.
Damien, you up?
I'm up.
Jackson's is up.
Up
All
and
right, Miranda, I'll
unhurt.
start with you. Miranda, roll a d6.
I'm actually-
Okay. I got a 1.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
For
Yeah,
some
lowest-
reason, Miranda has been so encirculated by this thing that you're just scratched up. You're fine. You didn't lose. Nothing happened.
oh,
He doesn't lose the 10 points of damage.
What you do is you start at 0 and roll a d4. You'll get a d4 HP back.
all right. I'll do that.
You can have more than the rest of us.
No, I'm actually at full health.
Oh, you had full health.
But my armor, I'm like doing the whole thing from the aliens guy where I'm like, get it off, get it off.
You have 12 points of armor?
Oh no, I had 6. I've only taken 6 points of damage. Wait a minute. How much did you
So how are you at full health?
Hold on. I math wrong. How many
You
much
just passed that test, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you
he
didn't
passed.
take any right then
Yeah.
if you passed.
right.
Right.
I didn't get caught in the explosion.
Oh, you didn't caught in it. Oh, I see. Okay.
So I had taken 6 points of damage, but my armor gave me 6 armor points.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you took it too. I was like, whoa, how are you still at full health? Holy crap.
Pulling my
I
armor,
want that
I
armor.
pulled my armor plates off and just throwing them on the ground from where it was shooting.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Smith, roll me a d6 to see what happens.
2.
You can choose some of your gear that is destroyed by this acid, and you'll start at 0 and roll a d4 for HP back. With some of your gear,
Nice.
pick out a random piece of gear that's destroyed.
Nice. So he lost his binocular.
Not his
You
glasses.
Definitely not.
Nope. You see his glasses on the seat, and you see the puddle, and then everyone's like, "Oh no, Ben's a goner," and he comes from underneath the seat, going like, "Miranda, Damien," and then he finally grabs his glasses, puts them on, and says, "Oh, I see everybody."
There is no pulsating blob. It is completely dark now. It is black. It almost looks like a big black rock area there where it is. Jackson finished it off.
Nice. Oh, so everybody's up. Damien got up too.
Yeah.
Yep. Everybody seems to be fine right now.
All right. I'm going to turn on my night vision so I can just make sure there's nothing else moving in here before we do
Nope.
anything.
You do not detect anything else at all.
Yeah.
Those 2 miners they're down.
Yeah, once
Yeah.
you go over there, you can see like part of them are started transforming. Part of their body is started transforming into what those other ones look like, and part of them still have a human portion to them also.
But they're
They're
dead though,
dead.
right?
Yep, they're
I don't.
dead.
Well, my program is getting messed. I only have 1 hit point, so I'm like, Renee, look, this. I think maybe that thing, that blob, may have been the source of corruption.
Yes, I agree with you.
Okay, I
What
think
I
we
can
need
use
to
right
back
now?
out of here now.
Yeah, I think it's time to go.
Anybody
I
got like
wonder if when we get back to shelter, if you could make us some raspberry jello with some fruit in it.
Yeah. Anybody got a little container for the professor to take some of this back with him?
No.
We're not. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's
we're
the
not taking
same
this
here.
back.
Oh well, the captain says no. So
I mean, what we have on us is going to have to be.
Yeah,
We'll
we
have to
gotta
be
go
decontaminated at the shelter before we go back to the ship.
Yeah.
Jackson, when you say that about Smith, Smith, you are actually the one that noticed this. I rolled. Smith, you notice looking at part of this blob area where this large thing was, you start seeing pieces of human tissue and human bones and stuff with it.
Yeah, he says, "Well, I don't think I need a full laboratory to tell that these are pieces of human beings."
okay, but what was
So you would probably pretty much deduce that that thing was absorbing the humans. You know, it would absorb the humans and transform them over to those other creatures. Is what you were thinking. So luckily,
Yep.
Miranda was saved from that fate.
4 times?
Ugh, wow.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks to Renee.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
Renee, you're not
Yep.
feeling too well, but won't you tell me how the story is going to end for Renee?
So Renee, she goes back, gets deconned. I guess they do this mission, whatever ends up happening here. She does maybe another couple more jobs for the corporation before her probation is up. But she decides she's going to continue to explore space. She's learned a lot from these humans. And she secretly, deep down in her code somewhere, just wants to be around on the day that Damien gets his.
Wow.
And
You don't mess with a girl's code.
speaking of Damien, let's hear how it's going to end for you now.
Well, since Damien has all this wonderful footage and he is known for leaking stuff, as soon as we get back to the ship, I upload it all to the person that I leaked all the information to before, so that the corporation can be exposed to what is actually going on down here. And after we get back, I probably end up getting poisoned or something.
Could have happened. Miranda miraculously made it. What's the story going to be for Miranda now?
Well, if Damien does that, she doesn't have to kill him.
Huh.
So, yeah, because she's pretty anti-corporate herself. And she doesn't want to work for them anymore. So she's going to go rogue and get a new identity and try to avoid the corporation and what they think that she owes them, even though it was not her negligence that destroyed their other ship. And so she is going to assume a new identity and go off into space. That's Miranda.
All right.
You just destroyed a whole mining colony this time.
Quiet you.
What about Professor Smith? How's it going to end for him?
Ben Smith, surviving the harrowing adventure with the mines, he returns, gets his pay, and he quits. And he applies for a job as a high school physics teacher, where he, is taking attendance for everybody, going like, Miranda, Damien, Mueller.
Huh. And Corporal Jackson, how's it going to end?
Corporal Jackson gets back to the ship, and after everything's loaded, and he kind of waits for everybody to get settled, and then once they get spaceborne and everybody's over in the galley, he makes his way over to crap. Why is this button not working? Sorry. My computer's checking up. Sorry. He makes his way over to Damien's bunk while everyone is eating, and he quickly copies the video footage onto like a thumb drive or whatever, and he goes back to his own bunk room, and he sends a coded message through to O'Neill Station, Colonial Marine Command, and he basically sends a typed report of what they saw, a copy of the video, and then he lets them know that a copy of the video had been sent from the ship, and tells them that they need to track down the destination, and basically explains that unsure what was going on, weaponized, whatever, and then basically just makes a full report to the Marines. And then when he gets all that done, just kind of makes his way back to the bunk and sits down and then continues to eat, trying to be a good soldier, and sits down and enjoys a meal and waits for his next orders.
All right, perfect. Now we'll tell you how the story is really going to end for some of them. Once again, we played a Extinction RPG, which is a hack of the Black Hack, second edition. The name of this adventure was Shelter Me. The adventure was written based on 2 random deals I rolled in the GM's portion of the book. The 2 results I got was Ambitious Executive and Toxic Atmosphere. So I took those 2 ideals, and that's how we come up with this adventure. We go back first to the corporation. Several of the executives are arrested for knowing that this was some type of military operation being done instead of actual something to help the public. The Exodus Corporation and government shut down the mining operation, is shut down on Valiant 74R. Delvin is medevaced out. The last you hear is maybe he's doing a little bit better, feeling a little bit better, is the last y'all hear about Delvin, the cook. The mine is shut down, Exodus. We go to a beautiful beach on some weird alien planet. I mean, the waters are purple instead of blue, but it's a beautiful beach. And you see this beautiful woman in this skimpy bikini and this well-built athletic man next to her. And he goes, "Well, hot pants, we sold all that stuff to, we can go anywhere we want to now and do what we want to, can't we?" And she goes, "Sure, John. Yeah, we're just, they're going to be looking for us all the time now. But yeah, whatever." You see a butler walking up on the beach there in these shorts and his Hawaiian shirt to bring them some drinks. And you look for just a moment and you see him go, "Here's what the corporation sent you," as he pulls out a pistol and shoots Miss Hot Pants and her boyfriend, John. So Delvin lived a little bit longer to do what he was ordered to do. Yeah. We go back to the planet several years later after it's been abandoned. The mine is shut down, and we go down deep into the mine for just a moment. And you see an area of rocks start pulsating pink and white. That is the end of Shelter Me.